Welcome to the Fantasy Audiobook. National Job Transfer. Obtain the Physique God system at the beginning. Chapter 41. Armed Color. When the arm hardened, Lu Xuantian looked at the three soldiers rushing towards him, with a slight smile on the corner of his mouth. And the three soldiers who were charging had an ominous premonition, but they had no choice but to shoot their arrows, and wave the long swords in their hands, and the long swords came. Clang! Lu Xuantian stood where he was, without a single arm, and directly blocked the long sword with that black arm. What? The soldier was startled, and blocked his top-grade silver-ranked long sword with his arm. Prelude to exciting power. Lu Xuantian didn't wait for the opponent's reaction. Immediately kicked the front. Bang! The boy's abdomen was obviously sunken and he spat out a big mouthful of blood. The other two teams were shocked. Waste one with 1 foot. Let's do it together. The remaining two nodded. No need. At this moment a voice came coldly. G Konoha King Kong Power Whirlwind. The enhanced Konoha King Kong Power Whirlwind with blue chakra, a back spin, hit the bodies of the two, and flew out backwards with 2 bang 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 bang. I can't afford to be seriously injured. At this time, Lu Xuantian stepped forward quickly, avoiding the magic attacks of the two mages, and then walked forward, wanting to completely eliminate the 3 warriors. I exit the secret realm. The 3 fighters were directly kicked out of the shadows by Lu Xuantian, and they exited the secret realm directly. Next, it's your turn. Seeing this, Lu Xuantian suddenly turned his head to look at the 2 mages on the other side. The 2 mages didn't dare to fight Lu Xuantian, especially when their strongest defense was shattered by Lu Xuantian's slap just now. Immediately evacuate the secret realm. In less than 2 minutes, Lu Xuantian knocked out the team of 5 from Qinglong Hall. And on the other side, Yu Gongtian is still fighting fiercely with the opponent. However, generally speaking, Yu Gongtian is stronger. Although he is somewhat weak against elf archers, if he gets close, the opponent can only let it be cut. Finally, after 5 minutes of fighting, Yu Gongtian sent the archer away with a single blow. And she only lost 1 person. It's only been 5 hours since I came in, and the battle is already intense. Suddenly, Yu Gongtian's pupils shrank. She didn't realize when Lu Xuantian had dealt with the members of the Qinglongtang Guild. It seems to have been standing there for a long time. Just when Yu Gongtian was about to speak, he saw a group of people coming out of the desert not far away. It was the students and guild members who came in this direction. Lu Xuantian, I thought you were missing. Lin Wenwen, who walked out first, summoned a defensive barrier and walked out from the sandstorm. As Lin walked out steadily, it turned out that more and more people came out of the sandstorm, and each other was wary of each other. It seems that it is not so simple to want to be alone. Lu Xuantian said lightly. He just sensed the breath of these people, so he waited here. Afterwards, he said loudly, follow me from Qingzhou University, let's go to this Sun Temple. Yu Gongtian also sighed. Although there are not many people here, I am not necessarily a powerful professional who can get here. There is no way for the boss to monopolize it. When Lu Xuantian led the way to the boss, people from other guilds followed suit. Soon, they came to the gate of a sun temple. I saw a scorpion engraved at the gate. Everyone recognized that this was the temple belonging to one of the 3 major bosses, Akasano no Tail. Suddenly, everyone was pleasantly surprised. As long as you kill the boss, you can get the best gold level equipment. If you can get 3 rewards, you can fuse them into a powerful unique level equipment. This should be the boss of Red Sand Tail. Brothers, go! Someone in a guild shouted loudly. In an instant, more than a dozen people directly pushed open the door of the temple that had been covered in dust for a long time. The temple is very spacious. When it was opened, dozens of guild members poured into it, scrambling to run. But Lu Xuantian stood still and did not speak. Danchi asked curiously, Lu Xuantian, if we don't follow in, the boss will be killed by them after a while. Don't worry, let them find the way for us first, and we will follow behind. Lu Xuantian just said lightly. Then, he stepped forward and followed behind. Soon, a large number of desert scorpions were found at the front. From the outside to the inside, the levels ranged from the 1st level of silver to the 10th level of gold. After half an hour of progress, they finally came to the depths of the Red Sand Tail Temple. Boss also appeared in front of them. Everyone threw out an identification technique one after another. Lu Xuantian directly casts the eye of appraisal. Finally saw a normal gold level boss. The boulder Luo Yin and abyss Luo Yin encountered before are more perverted than the other, completely exceeding the attribute level of normal bosses. Secret Realm Boss. Tail of Red Sand. Level. Gold 10th rank. Power. 3271. Agility. 3121. Spirit. 2800. Endurance. 2720. Skills. Thorntail, Sand Hell, Rock Breaker, Scorpio Awakening. Introduction. As one of the guardians of the Sun God, he has strong hostility towards all intruders and will kill all intruders. Golden 10th level boss. When seeing the boss appear, many students exclaimed, "Boss with over 3,000 attributes." Many people are amazed at the attributes of the boss, far surpassing the boss they have seen before. However, in front of a group of geniuses like them, it is quite a challenging task to kill them in a short time. Okay, the boss is out, ready to hunt the boss. Although I am amazed at the power of the boss, but this time they are all elites, even the weakest ones have close to 1,000 attribute points. Isn't it easy to deal with this normal booze? Set the rules first, whoever outputs the most will get the boss reward. It is good. I agree. This is a distribution method, whoever deals the most damage will be chosen first. But this is only a way on the surface. In the end, whoever grabs it will be the one. Battle is at your fingertips. Everyone was frantically outputting towards the boss, and soldiers and meat tanks stood in front of them one after another. And the mage is releasing skills crazily. Everyone be careful of the boss's attack. Boss activated skills. It's the Sand Hell. All retreat. Be careful. I saw that the boss launched the Sand Hell, directly turning the location into quicksand, trying to bury everyone. The first to bear the brunt are fighters and meat tanks. Thousands of miles frozen. Blessing of the earth. The water ridge is frozen. When the boss released skills, these mages who participated in the battle used corresponding skills one after another. After all, they were professional students and guilds. Always have a strategy in place. This is professionalism. For a moment, the sinking quicksand Uzumaki was directly frozen. The battle is back on the human side. The battle is still going on. After 3 hours of fighting, with the help of Lu Xuantian, 4/5 of the blood vessels on the boss's head were finally consumed, and as long as it continued, the strange beast could be killed. But in Lu Xuantian's opinion, it's too slow. Because, the situation of the other two temples is almost the same as now. Once their side ends, the other places will probably end as well. Then let's make a quick decision. Lu Xuantian let out a low snort. He can still deal with this kind of general gold level boss, and the defense of this boss is not as strong as his. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian shouted in a low voice, "Everyone in Qingzhou University retreat." Everyone in Qingzhou University who was fighting was stunned for a moment. Did not understand what Lu Xuantian meant. Now that the battle had just begun, Lu Xuantian actually asked them to retreat. Not only the students of Qingzhou University, but even more than 100 other people who are fighting don't understand, what is Qingzhou University going to do? Lu Xuantian, what do you mean? Do you want our Qingzhou University to give up this award? Yes, you are afraid that you are not a spy sent by the other party. I know what the senior means. He told us to save our energy and compete for rewards later. Qingzhou University is so despicable. If you don't fight, we won't fight either. Immoral, you. Lu Xuantian's face became weird when he heard the voices of brain mending. You can really think. At the same time, he also felt the dangerous eyes from other guilds and schools. Qingzhou University has a good plan. I heard it all here. I heard it too. Why don't we send the one from Qingzhou University first, and then deal with the boss? Many guild leaders began to come up with ideas. Yu Gongtian from Shanghai Metropolitan University also looked at Lu Xuantian curiously. It's good to know this kind of plan in your heart, but you still want to say it. Isn't it just intentional hatred? Lu Xuantian didn't care and said, if Qingzhou University doesn't want to quit, you can stay, but you remember to surrender and send it out at any time. After hearing Lu Xuantian's words, He Danqi and Lin Wenwen were the first to run outside, although they didn't know what Lu Xuantian wanted to do. But there are lessons learned. That must have been a bad idea. On the other side, Yi Feng, Bila and other people who were tricked by Lu Xuantian, who were still preparing to attack, ran towards the plain of the temple. Hearing Lu Xuantian is right, anyway, the boss can't be killed for a while. For a while, half of the people from Qingzhou University withdrew, and the remaining half also withdrew, because people from other guilds had already attacked them. At this moment, Lu Xuantian doesn't want to talk nonsense, and is directly preparing to start the Du Show special. 8 inner gates first gate open gate open. The next moment, Lu Xuantian's whole body was like a jet fighter venting madly, a majestic fighting spirit gushed out of him. Now, Lu Xuantian directly unlocked the restrictions on the brain domain, and his eyes glowed red. He will overload his body energy and increase his attack and speed. Inside the temple, several students who had experienced the Battle of Quangshan's secret realm, when they saw Lu Xuantian's transformation, memories flooded their minds instantly. Which trick is he going to use? Run, that guy is going to make a big move. If you don't want to die, don't stay in the temple, run away. This sudden scene made everyone else stunned. The people from Qingzhou University can leave. What's your situation? Soon, Lu Xuantian will give them the answer. When Lu Xuantian burst into a majestic fighting spirit, many people's eyes were on Lu Xuantian. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian disappeared in place, and there was no sign of him anymore. The speed is so fast that everyone is shocked. Boom! Boom! At this moment, the red sand tail not far away suddenly hit the hard and wide wall in the distance. There was a shocking noise. Immediately, everyone looked in the direction of the red sand tail, and saw the red sand tail hit the ground, creating a deep hole. Then, a figure quickly ran towards the tail of the red sand again. That's Lu Xuantian. For a moment, everyone gasped. Lu Xuantian directly kicked the boss away. Don't wait for them to react. There was a loud shout. Shadow Dance Leaf. With a sound of swiping, Lu Xuantian has already reached the rear of Scarlet Sand's tail. Immediately, he saw a layer of black matter condensed on his right leg, and then kicked heavily on Red Sand's tail, kicking him into the air all at once. With a bang, the top of the temple was lifted off, exposing the dust outside. Just when everyone was shocked, Lu Xuantian has already come to the back of the Red Sand tail. Biao Lianhua. At this moment, Lu Xuantian and Chishajiwei are like a high-speed missile. Slam it down. Why are you still so cold? This is that guy's big move. He is going to die with the boss. He has a lot of blood, but we don't have much. After a student yelled loudly, he immediately ran out of the temple. In an instant, all the people who had reacted ran towards the outside one after another. They understand that Lu Xuantian is not out to compete for rewards. This is going to die with the boss. At this moment, the students of Qingzhou University who haven't run away regret it too much. Fortunately, it can be sent out. The few people who walked in the back gave up the game one after another and were directly sent out by the mysterious power of the secret realm. And at this moment, Lu Xuantian and the temple right below the boss. Boom! The violent power erupted instantly. The entire temple was completely collapsed by this powerful blow. For a moment, the people around the temple all looked inside the temple. Huge clouds of smoke obscured vision. After a long time, there was a coughing sound from the ruins. When the dust clears, Lu Xuantian's figure was revealed, and he was holding a spear in his hand, which was a reward from the boss. Immediately, everyone looked at Lu Xuantian in horror. A big move consumed 1/5 of the boss's blood. It was really terrifying. Generally, everyone has a big move. It is a powerful skill, and it is used as a backhand. Generally, the big move has high damage and high restrictions, and it is impossible to use it without restrictions. Suddenly, someone shouted loudly, "That person is injured, he must have no skills, don't let him take away the Chisha spear." I saw a trace of blood coming out of the corner of Lu Xuantian's mouth. It was when he pulled the boss down. He suddenly launched a sneak attack and stabbed him. It's actually no big deal to him. But for these people in the guild, that is the price of using the big move to die together. In an instant, at least 30 people rushed towards Lu Xuantian, wanting to fight for the spear in his hand. Want this long gun? You guys catch up with me first and then talk. Lu Xuantian smiled lightly. Instead of sending it out, he ran to the other side. After Red Sand's tail died, the sandstorm surrounding the temple also disappeared. He ran straight for another sandstorm because he wanted a second reward. He also wants rewards from other tasks. Swipe. Lu Xuantian disappeared in place. Don't let him get away. Hurry up and catch up. We must grab the golden equipment. All of a sudden, many people chased after Lu Xuantian. This time they are also holding back, using their own methods one after another. Crazy acceleration. There are still two groups of people left in place, Modu University and Qingzhou University. Yu Gongtian's eyes flickered, and then followed. A group of licking dogs from Shanghai University saw their goddess and followed, so they also followed. Lin Wenwen looked at Lu Xuantian, who was leaving, in astonishment. Dan Qi, are we going to catch up? Let's catch up. After all, we belong to the same school, we can't let others bully us. The remaining 20 Qingzhou College students followed suit. This moment, in the Mayan temple, a large number of students and guilds are besieging Mayan gargoyles. In the Mayan temple, most of them are stone statues, and the Mayan gargoyle is a huge stone statue. But at the moment, the Dragon Master Lu Fan, who ranks second among the 7 sons of Daxia, is constantly attacking the Mayan gargoyle, and there are many people around who attack together. According to the current speed, the boss will be killed in another half or an hour. But what they didn't discover was, in a corner of the Mayan temple, an unexpected visitor came. Petrochemical lightwave. The Mayan gargoyle was suspended in midair, emitting terrifying broadcasts from its body. It's like a curse within its range, and everyone's movements become slow. Hurry up and kill the boss. My body is going to be petrified, the priest quickly relieve me. The boss is about to die, hurry up, everyone stop hiding. There were angry shouts everywhere in the Mayan temple. And Lu Fan, the dragon master in midair, stood on the back of the dragon and looked at the Mayan gargoyle not far away. Now only 10% of the blood volume is left. But in this battle, many people were seriously injured to varying degrees. Ordinary gold medical practitioners have no way to treat them, so they can only leave the secret realm to be treated by platinum level and diamond level instructors. Xiaoyi, use the lava flame again to destroy this big guy. Lu Fan gently stroked the head of the giant dragon under the seat. Ang, Ang, the giant dragon named Xiaoyi roared loudly, opened its huge mouth immediately, and spit out violent flames towards the Mayan gargoyle not far away. The surrounding void seemed to be ignited. At the same time, many mages threw their skills on the boss, wanting to kill the boss. And just then, a figure suddenly appeared above the Maya gargoyle's head, and the man's right hand was black, and under everyone's gaze, he slammed heavily on the boss's head. Armed color 10 strength Hutch. There was a loud and dull sound, and the bloody Mayan gargoyle was split open by a long palm. Lu Xuantian used the 3 powers at the same time, beheading the boss with the last trace of blood. At the same time, boss rewards also appeared. There are several light groups, among which is the Mayan scepter. He grabbed it and ran towards the outside of the temple. Who is that man? That's right, he took all the rewards away. There is no way to pick peaches. Hurry up. Lu Fan's face was gloomy. The boss who had finally beaten to death was picked peaches. Catch up with me, Xiaoyi. For a moment, everyone was chasing outside the temple, but soon lost sight of each other, and met a group of people heading to the temple on the left instead. How did you appear here? Did you just ask us to take away the reward we played? The people who chased them out accused the group of people outside the temple with an angry look on their faces. Some people immediately told what happened to the Auctioneau-Tail temple. They are also chasing people. Suddenly, an urgent voice sounded. It's that guy, he rushed towards the last sandstorm. Immediately, everyone looked at the last sandstorm that hadn't been captured yet. A figure was running fast across the desert. It was Lu Xuantian. Hurry up and grab our reward back. For a moment, more than 300 people from the 2 temples killed towards the last temple. At the same time, in the 3rd temple, the Sun Beast temple, a lion-like Sun Beast was under the siege of humans, and it was difficult to maintain. There were wounds everywhere on its body, and the ground was stained red with blood. Roar! The Sun Beast kept growling and roaring angrily, but its body was shaking all the time. Brush! Suddenly, a bright sword light appeared, and the Sun Beast finally fell to the ground completely under the aura of the sword. Clang! After Zhang Tianming slashed out a sword from a distance, he slowly retracted the long sword. At this time, drop a few balls of light on the Sun Beast, and a set of sun armor. This is the reward for this boss. For a while, everyone wanted to fight, but the next moment, a sword intent emerged, shaking the entire temple, and everyone subconsciously looked at Jiang Tianming. I want it, whoever touches it will die. Plain and simple, but the strange thing is that no one dared to go forward to compete for these rewards. Because just now, they were all overwhelmed by Jiang Tianming, the number one, Excalibur, among the 7 sons of Great Shah. Jiang Tianming is really powerful. They think they are inferior. Even, Jiang Tianming would really kill them, and there was no chance of escaping, let alone teleporting out of the secret realm. At this moment, they knew that the number 1 ranking was indeed true. At this time, Jiang Tianming slowly walked towards the boss, wanting to get his own battle armor in person. At this time, a figure suddenly rushed in from outside the temple, so fast that afterimages appeared. Hey, why don't you get rewards? Then I want it. Lu Xuantian said suspiciously, then put the reward into the backpack, and then quickly left the temple under everyone's gaze. Jiang Tianming just took a step forward. Stay in place. And everyone else was dumbfounded. Where did the guy come from so brave? The students and guild members who reacted after a while shouted, hurry up, the reward has been taken away, and whoever grabs it will get it. When they came to the plain, they happened to meet 2 other people from the secret realm. Your rewards won't be taken away, right? Someone asked curiously to the people in the 3rd temple. How do you know? Because the experience of the other 2 temples was taken away by him, and the rewards we worked so hard for were taken away by him despicably. You must catch him. At this moment, nearly 500 people from the 3 temples all looked angrily at Lu Xuantian, who was not far away. His 6th behavior has successfully aroused public outrage. Must be caught and beaten. At this time, not far away, Lu Xuantian, who caused public outrage, did not leave. Originally, there was no chance to get the 3rd reward, but that flamboyant Excalibur King Tianming wanted to show off his skills. As a result, the unsuspecting Lu Xuantian directly picked the peaches. This is why he came early, otherwise those rewards would be taken away by Wang Tianming after a while. Speeding up the journey just now cost him a lot of physical energy, but the value in exchange was immeasurable. But those present are all the most outstanding young heroes of Daxia this year, and everyone has a bright future. Their strength cannot be underestimated, and they are not ordinary professionals that can be seen everywhere in the wilderness. After finally killing the boss, the reward was taken away by others. Of course you will be angry. Otherwise, he would be angry too. Despicable, keep the reward. People from Qingzhou University. Are Qingzhou University such despicable guys? You actually stole our rewards while we were killing the boss, you must punch your shit out today. All of a sudden, hundreds of people opened their mouths wide and furiously scolded Lu Xuantian. Dragon Knight Lu Fan also said in a cold voice, don't run if you have the guts, otherwise, I will go to Qingzhou University to ask for an explanation when I go out. Qingzhou University must pay the price. With the leadership of Dragon Knight, more professionals joined the ranks of crusade against Lu Xuantian. Yes, monks can't run away from the temple if they can run away. Lu Xuantian, I remember you. It's shameful, you continue to pay for this. Amidst the angry reprimand, many professionals walked towards Lu Xuantian. That imposing manner was like 1,000 troops, wanting to conquer Lu Xuantian alone. And Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes slightly. I understand in my heart. These Tianzhou are afraid that they will not accept themselves. After all, their strength is not bad, and they will definitely not give up so easily. Now there are at least 400 professionals gathered here, from 6 universities and more than 20 guilds. Except for those who have been removed, everyone is now glaring at Lu Xuantian. Everyone has paid a lot to fight the boss, but Lu Xuantian successfully stole the boss reward and caused public outrage. Almost everyone looked at Lu Xuantian's hand, which was their reward. Not only did Lu Xuantian not put it away, but put it in his hand openly. Properly pull hatred, absolutely can't get used to him. Besides, everyone is the same powerful Tianzhou, no one will be convinced, if you win by strength, forget it. Relying on despicable means, that is absolutely unforgivable. All of a sudden, all the professionals were ready to besiege Lu Xuantian. At this time, the remaining 20 people from Qingzhou University came to Lu Xuantian. As a school and the owner of the 3 pieces of equipment, Qingzhou University is the winner of this year. All of them have to advance and retreat with Lu Xuantian, and they cannot let the reward be taken away. But seeing the 400 people around them, many people in Qingzhou University were also a little worried. After all, these are not ordinary professionals. And when I saw that the students of Qingzhou University were also defending Lu Xuantian, there was cynicism from the crowd. Aren't you Qingzhou University afraid of becoming the public enemy of everyone's school? Qingzhou University broke the rules of the game, you will not be able to lift it in the future. Snatch the boss rewards, I will never let you go. If you have the guts to go out now, our guild will go to Qingzhou University to seek justice, and you must pay the price. Lu Xuantian, right, I remember you. It is rumored that you can defeat the upgraded gold boss. Who knows if that is fake, but I will let you see what a real strong man is. Don't you think you can do it just because you became the 4th-ranked university by sneak attack? This is not Qingzhou University. No one will spoil you. Do you have the guts to challenge me one-on-one? You're so mean and shameless. All of a sudden, all the students scolded Lu Xuantian loudly, all kinds of threats, insults and other voices kept coming. There are even some ready to shoot. The students of Qingzhou University became nervous looking at the professionals not far away. There are more than 400 people here, it is difficult to deal with them if they attack together. Ha ha. However, at this moment, a sneer came from behind. Lu Xuantian stepped forward directly, looking at everyone with a calm face. Despicable and shameless, you're right. But if you switch to other places, no one will obey you in the endless wilderness. Lu Xuantian's eyes were indifferent. Scanning everyone in front of you, you can have a panoramic view of everyone's expressions. If it were a secret realm in the wild, I wouldn't wait here for you, I would have left here with these equipment long ago. Because this is a game, I didn't leave right away. As soon as this remark came out, everyone present was taken aback when they heard this. Many professionals couldn't help squinting their eyes at Lu Xuantian. I don't understand what Lu Xuantian means. Many professionals squinted their eyes and looked at Lu Xuantian, and angry voices came from the crowd. Stop talking nonsense, no one dares to snatch things from our Linlin Guild. If you were in the wild, you would have been killed by us long ago. We won't kill you today, but you have to pay for it. Because this is a joint operation, killing is not allowed, and Lu Xuantian is from Qingzhou University, if he can run away, the monk can't run away from the temple. Yes, since you don't follow the rules, let's beat him out together, and then go to Qingzhou University to discuss it. Many people were persuaded. This time it was Lu Xuantian who broke the rules first and took away everyone's rewards. Lu Xuantian must pay for this. Therefore, they planned to teach each other a lesson first. It's time to go out and find trouble. Anyway, Qingzhou University fouled first, so Qingzhou University couldn't say anything. And Qingzhou University has other students coming into the secret realm this time. Someone looked at Qingzhou University and said, "From Qingzhou University, Lu Xuantian from your academy stole our award, this matter will not end like this. Are you going to hand over the reward, or do you want to join him in dealing with us?" Heard the words, everyone turned their attention to the Qingzhou University crowd beside Lu Xuantian. There are still more than 20 people left in Qingzhou University, and there are more than 400 people around them who are not inferior to them. This situation is self-evident. If you really want to fight, the loser must be Qingzhou University. Originally they thought that Qingzhou University would not participate in this battle. But what happened next was beyond their expectations. Lin Wenwen was the first to stand up. Lin Wenwen is my friend and a student of Qingzhou University. I want to advance and retreat with him. That's right, how can we let people bully our Qingzhou University? If you lose, you won't lose. Yi Feng, who was dressed in black, took a step forward and said. A short dagger in his hand shone with a cold light, and a pair of sharp eyes stared at the people from the various colleges and guilds in front of him. Many students of Qingzhou University heard this, their eyes flickered. Immediately afterwards, He Danqi, Bai Le, Xiao Hai and Xiao Yu, as well as the other 2 hidden professionals, Chen Xiu, the recovery warlock, and Zhou Yuan, the shadow gun swordsman, all stood up. That attitude already showed that they wanted to stand with Lu Xuantian. Professionals from other colleges looked at Qingzhou University indifferently. Qingzhou University really wants to be a villain today. And Lu Xuantian saw that his classmates wanted to face many professionals with him. The corner of the mouth slightly curled into a smile and said, "Listen, Qingzhou University, I'll help you lure the strongest one away. If you can't defeat this group of scumbags, teleport them away immediately. They won't be able to stop them. Then let's make a big fuss." Subsequently, Lu Xuantian looked at the 400 people in front of him and said, "I will give you a fair chance to fight. I will not leave the secret realm. You can challenge me at any time. Those who want to challenge me, line up and come one by one." The voice just fell. Lu Xuantian fled to the side suddenly. Those who were angrily scolding Lu Xuantian were taken aback for a moment. Then rage. How could they be underestimated? Absolutely cannot forgive. Baila, the Dragon Master, shouted loudly, "Everyone from Beijing University will send out those people from Qingzhou University, and I will go and get our rewards back." Whoosh! The 30-meter Western Dragon spread its wings and flew towards Lu Xuantian in the distance. The students from Beijing University are all heading towards the location of Qingzhou University. Mostly just a lesson. After all, it is a top university in Daxia. If someone kills someone intentionally, the consequences will be very serious. With Baila, the Dragon Master, leading the way, the leaders of other guilds also shouted loudly. "Everyone in the Peak Guild, I would like to send you my best regards to the talented students of Qingzhou University. Linlin Guild, Chongyi Guild, everyone in Ziling University give me. Yanjing University." In an instant, all the guilds and schools on the scene started to mobilize, rushing towards Qingzhou University. And the latter, seeing the high school coming, quickly retreat to the rear. Everyone retreats, mages and archers are cut off. Let's not confront them head-on. Someone in Qingzhou University immediately took command. Although there is no commander. But everyone knows how to fight. Standalone, there are a large number of mages to perform various mage attacks. For example, wind mages, earth mages, water mages, etc., all began to display various skills in an attempt to prevent the siege of other colleges. An inexplicable melee broke out suddenly. According to the original plan, everyone will retreat to the outside of the secret, which is the end of this trial. And reality doesn't follow the script. Other major schools and guilds are not weak. The first to strike were all mages, and a splendid spell competition began in an instant. All kinds of gorgeous spells are coming. Outside the secret, Yi Hongfei watched as the students of Qingzhou University were being teleported and dealt with, and their bodies were still injured, some of whom were seriously injured. Can't help but be shocked. Is the boss inside too powerful? Not right. The students who came out earlier said that the boss was almost killed. Moreover, these injuries seem to be caused by different attribute skills. It looks like it was made by a human being. Yi Hongfei's eyes flickered, and he asked in a deep voice, "What's going on with you? What happened to you inside?" Lin Wenwen opened his mouth and said, "We fought with students from other schools inside, and they kicked us out." Yi Hongfei was a little puzzled. How can there be a conflict between the good and the bad? Could it be that the battle took place because of the competition for rewards? If so, it's okay to say. Then did you grab a piece of equipment? That's why they shot at you. Facing Yi Hongfei's question, Lin Wenwen shook his head and said, "It's not that I got one, but..." Suddenly, an angry voice came from the side. "The dean is the one who stole our award from Qingzhou University." The student told all about what happened inside. It turned out that it was Lu Xuantian from Qingzhou University who snatched away the boss rewards in the 3 temples. That's why 400 people attacked Qingzhou University at the same time. The purpose is to compete for rewards. And Lu Xuantian from Qingzhou University is also tough. He doesn't plan to quit, he plans to tough everyone. As soon as this word comes out, the bosses present on the left and right were stunned. Good guy, that Lu Xuantian actually stole the rewards of 3 bosses. And challenge everyone. Many diamond-level instructors shook their heads, thinking that Lu Xuantian was too confident. Maybe the final reward will be divided up, snatched by students from major colleges and universities. After all, it is nonsense and impossible for one person to deal with everyone. After a while, a few beams of light suddenly appeared at the teleportation port of the secret realm, and some disciples teleported out. "Priest, pastor, hurry up and help me recover from my injury, my liver was kicked." "Oh, My waist exploded too. That foot is really heavy. Many people who appeared this time were not students of Qingzhou University, but without exception, they were severely injured and had to be sent out. After integrating into the game around the world, the physiques of professionals from bronze to upwards are stronger than normal people, and it is no longer normal people who will die after a little injury. And these gold-level professionals, even if they jumped off 10 floors, they would not die. What's more, it's still an organ. What's the matter with you? A diamond-level powerhouse with a team leader asked. We were kicked out by Lu Xuantian, that guy is horrible. It was so fast, I was kicked in the stomach before I even saw it. Quote. A group of people cried out in a hurry. Wait, you said you were beaten out by Lu Xuantian alone. Are you sure there wasn't a big melee? Many diamond-level powerhouses asked suspiciously. The boy who was recovered by the pastor spoke. It's not a melee, it's all of us going to besiege that Lu Xuantian. We were brought up by him without even touching him. It was said that all the instructors of the academy and the leaders of the guild were lost. Looking at the dozens of geniuses who were kicked out of the secret realm in front of them. So how terrifying is Lu Xuantian? One person singled out nearly 400 people. Yangfang, are you sure what you said is true? A diamond-level powerhouse wearing the Linlin Guild logo asked coldly. Yes, it was that Lu Xuantian who took away the rewards we had so hard to get. We feel that guy is not human, and the speed of a battle tank is still faster at the moment. Especially that ghost back, as if he was about to open his eyes, we couldn't even bear his punches and kicks. At that moment, he was a battle tank with high attack, high speed and high defense, and now the battle is still going on, we didn't even see him. It seems that we are not fighting him, but fighting the devil. The words of Fengfang resonate with others. They recalled the scene just now with lingering fear. If it is a life and death battle, they are already so cold at this moment. After finishing speaking, Yan Feng's expression was numb. When he was in high school, he was hailed as a genius, and he was quickly selected by the guild to enter the guild for training. He keeps fighting in the secret realm. Fight in the wild. Fight in the copy. Among the geniuses of the same period, it is also at the middle level. But it is also much, much stronger than ordinary professionals outside. But after coming here, he realized that the strength he was so proud of couldn't stop the real Tianzhao's punch and kick. Looking at Yan Feng's appearance, several diamond-level powerhouses couldn't believe it. After all, there are too many geniuses here this time. Even the divine sword Wang Tianming, who is known as the number one, cannot challenge everyone. Just wait, maybe that kid will be beaten out soon. A diamond-level strongman said lightly. Outside the secret, everyone is waiting. Suddenly, another group of people teleported out. This time it was still not Lu Xuantian, but students from other guilds and schools. They suffered the same injuries, and some of their arms were even broken. Mom, did that kid do it on purpose? What kind of skill was that just now? I just felt a monster rushing towards me. I was so scared that I teleported out. Is that really a normal person? That guy is doing a sneak attack, otherwise I wouldn't be hit by him. At this time, the instructor of Zilling University was stunned when he saw a student sent out. Those are the seed students of their school. A powerful mage hid in class. Li Fa, why did you come out? Can't a group of you take down one person? Li Fa said in astonishment. That guy's strength is so great, he can't stop me from breaking my defensive skills with one punch. You surrounded him with 400 people, but you were beaten out by him. Instructor Zilling was a little dissatisfied. No, we didn't surround him, but he alone surrounded 400 of us. As soon as these words came out, everyone present was stunned. One person surrounds 400 people. We are all students of the same class, can it be more outrageous? At the same time, inside the secret, people in the secret territory don't know what the outside world is thinking, they just want to beat Lu Xuantian violently now. Hurry up, the mage quickly restrict his movements, and don't let him continue running. Why is this guy so fast, isn't he tired at all? On the right, surround him, don't let him escape. Kill. All of a sudden, the secret territory shouted and killed, and many people rushed towards Lu Xuantian. Hundreds of people surrounded Lu Xuantian in the middle. But there is no way to catch Lu Xuantian. Everyone get out of the way. Moon Knight Wolf King, bite him to death. A professional standing behind the giant wolf roared, and then, a huge wolf opened its mouth and rushed towards Lu Xuantian. That huge figure instantly enveloped the range where Lu Xuantian was. Shadow Dance Leaf. A low shout came. Under the giant wolf king, a figure quickly attacked, kicked the giant wolf in the stomach, and attacked the wolf king from the other side. Immediately, the giant wolf attacked the others. Run. Don't come in the way. This old six, I won't play anymore. All of a sudden, dozens of people sent out again. At this moment, a black figure appeared behind Lu Xuantian, holding a dagger in his hand, stabbing at Lu Xuantian at an extremely fast speed. Sombra had good timing, attacking at the same time as Lu Xuantian was attacking. Lu Xuantian secretly cursed, True Yin. But he didn't panic at all. Armed color. At the place where the dagger fell, a large area of skin turned black. Ding ding. A crisp sound sounded. Leaf strong whirlwind. Lu Xuantian turned around and kicked that assassin away with a bang. Just when he wanted to leave, suddenly found that the body cannot move. This is. Suddenly, there was a roar in the distance. I see you are still running. Ghost control. A mage who seemed to be a hidden professional shouted loudly. It's a hidden professional from the academy in Liaodong. Hurry up now, hurry up and shoot. In an instant, everyone was overjoyed. After finally controlling Lu Xuantian, everyone set fire to attack immediately. However, none of the top students made a move. As a strong man, how could he join forces with others? Even if he wins, it would be disgraceful. Yanjing University's Divine Sword Zhang Tianming, Dragon Master Lu Fan, Yu Gongtian, and hidden professionals other than Qingzhou University. At this moment, the remaining 20 or so hidden professionals are all standing on one side, watching Lu Xuantian and hundreds of genius PKs from various colleges and guilds. If that scene was made into a movie, it might be an epic movie. Fight against hundreds of geniuses alone. Among the crowd on the side, Excalibur Wang Tianming held his long sword and looked at Lu Xuantian in the crowd calmly. What a formidable opponent. However, no one will be my opponent, and I will defeat you with my own hands. I still want to aspire to the top 7 contests of the Great Shah. Having said this, Wang Tianming's eyes burst out with a fighting spirit and continued to burn. Since he was born, there is no rival for him among his peers. From childhood to adulthood, the Wang family has continuously provided him with various cultivation resources, and the Wang family has satisfied him one by one with whatever opponent he wants, which is why he has become as strong as he is today. Even the Dragon Master and the Demon Sword Yu Gongtian were not his opponents. Now finally there is an opponent. Wang Tianming, are you sure you don't want to make a move? He is under control now, maybe he will be beaten to death later. Dragon Master Lu Fan glanced at Wang Tianming next to him. The latter just said lightly, it doesn't matter, I have already recognized his strength, the big deal is to wait until he goes out and fight again. Wang Tianming paused and said, besides, I don't think he is so easy to fail. I feel a strong energy in him, maybe that is his real strength. Hearing Wang Tianming's words, the more than 20 most powerful hidden professionals present were taken aback. Good guy, Lu Xuantian has been playing for a long time and still hasn't exploded with full strength. Do you want to be so scary? Suddenly, everyone looked at Lu Xuantian who was being besieged by everyone. I saw that Lu Xuantian expanded his arm shield and tried his best to resist the attacks from all around. The clothes on his upper body had been torn long ago, revealing bronze-colored muscles, which were even firmer than those of everyone present. Lu Xuantian squinted his eyes and looked around, all kinds of gorgeous magic skills greeted him for free. Then he looked at the skills that restrained his body. Like a rope trying to bind his arms and legs. It's an amazing skill, Lu Xuantian said lightly. And his gaze turned to the other side, which were the 28 hidden professionals known as the strongest, excluding the 3 from Qingzhou University and the 2 who were sent away. At this time, there are 24 hidden professionals left, but now there are more than 300 ordinary geniuses left. After this battle, his physical energy was consumed a lot, but it was enough to deal with such a person. Lu Xuantian looked at the geniuses around him and whispered, it seems that we need to clean up these miscellaneous fish and shrimps before we can fight properly. Next, let's show you the strength of the god of physique. Saying that, Lu Xuantian suddenly closed his eyes. This scene shocked many people. Is he going to give up resistance? is what everyone sees. There were a lot of them in the first place, and Lu Xuantian consumed a lot of physical energy, and they are still under control now. Far away, Yu Gongtian and Qin Chu, who were watching, were a little worried when they saw Lu Xuantian being trapped. Although they didn't know why they were worried, she didn't want anything to happen to Lu Xuantian. However, Lu Xuantian's strength is indeed very strong. Coupled with the words of the Excalibur King Tianming, they realize Lu Xuantian is about to show his true strength. At this moment, the 24 top talents all looked at Lu Xuantian. Wang Tianming said with fiery eyes, "Let me see what kind of strength you can display." The second-ranked Dragon Master, Lu Fan, also squinted his eyes, and the dragon beside him also issued a dangerous warning. It is obvious that Lu Xuantian's explosive breath is felt. Xiao Yu, that guy's skills seem to be the first move all the time. Doesn't he have more advanced skills that he hasn't used? Qin Chu, who had been watching the battle, said in astonishment. She felt that the skill breath that Lu Xuantian used this time might be stronger than the previous skills. Don't talk, look. Yu Gongtian finally stared at Lu Xuantian, and she could feel Lu Xuantian's terrifying power was about to erupt. At this time, sudden mutation. Lu Xuantian, who was originally trapped in the middle of the battlefield, suddenly opened his eyes. Those eyes are full of fighting spirit. His low roar came from the void. 8 inner gates. First gate Sheng Gate open. Second gate Shuman open. Third gate Shengmen open. Every time a door is opened, the aura on Lu Xuantian's body becomes stronger. When the third gate is opened, suddenly, a violent breath gushed out from Lu Xuantian's body. At this moment, he has lifted the restriction of his own brain domain and the restriction of physical fatigue. He can exert 100% of his physical energy, and even overload his body to recover his physical strength. The last door, he has already increased his physical attack and speed to the limit, and even his body began to congest and turn red. At this time, Lu Xuantian seemed to be a humanoid beast emitting steam. Especially under the red steam, the back of the ghost behind it looks even more ferocious. It was frightening to see. And those spells that fell on Lu Xuantian didn't even cause him much damage. What the hell? What is he doing? Oh my god, is he Xiaoqiang from immune to death? Why is there such a burst of damage? Hurry up and beat him out. Hey, the back of the ghost behind him seems to be about to open his eyes. Isn't that a muscle? Why do I feel like a real devil is behind him? Pervert, this guy is a pervert. That's right, brothers add attributes to me, I will fight with him. Not good. His life energy is soaring rapidly, it has already surpassed the gold level. What kind of ability is this? Hurry up. When they saw that Lu Xuantian's momentum was increasing, many people were shocked and angry. They tried to get rid of Lu Xuantian one after another. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian let out a roar. Kaza, Kaza. In an instant, the muscles on Lu Xuantian's back rubbed against each other and made a sound like a devil. The pupils of many professionals standing behind Lu Xuantian shrank sharply, because it was originally just a ghost face with closed eyes, but now it seems to be moving. And at this time, Lu Xuantian's low voice came. Ghost back. On that ferocious ghost face, the ghost eyes slowly opened with the squeeze of muscles. Open your eyes. During Setsuna, an incomparable aura erupted from Lu Xuantian's body. At this time, Lu Xuantian seemed to be a humanoid beast, giving people a very dangerous feeling. Everyone felt the breath of terror. That feeling of oppression. Suffocating. Can't help swallowing saliva. At this moment, the terrifying, blue beast, in front of them woke up. Transformed. At this moment, everyone is stunned. After fighting for a long time, the opponent has become stronger. All 400 people in the audience stared blankly at Lu Xuantian, especially his hideous muscles, which normal people can possess. Some people even subconsciously take a step back. Because Lu Xuantian's appearance at this time is too terrifying. Lu Xuantian's upper body was bare, the grimace with eyes open behind him was clearly visible, red steam erupted all over his body, and his eyes gleamed red. It is no exaggeration to say that he is a humanoid beast. Suddenly, someone in the crowd shouted, "Don't worry everyone, he must be using some kind of buffing skill, which can only last for a while, which means that he is already at the end of his battle. Yes, don't be cowardly." Immediately, at the instigation of caring people, everyone rushed towards Lu Xuantian again. But this time, they predicted it wrong. Lu Xuantian grinned upon seeing this. Immediately, he tore apart the black shadow on Dongbi's body with his bare hands. What? The hidden professional who was controlling Lu Xuantian looked at Lu Xuantian in horror. This skill of his has been tried and tested, but this is the first time he has been torn apart with bare hands. But before he could react, then he saw a figure approaching him. Next moment, a palm grabbed his neck, and the whole person was grabbed like a chick, and then hit the ground heavily. Just when the opponent's other fist was about to fall, the professional directly yelled to give up. Immediately afterwards, the whole person turned into a color-changing light and was sent out. Cut. Boring. It was Lu Xuantian who sent the other party away. He complained disdainfully. Then he suddenly looked up at the others. Kick, kick, kick. In an instant, many professionals backed away in shock from Lu Xuantian's red eyes. But Lu Xuantian will not let them go. Swipe. Lu Xuantian disappeared in place. When it reappeared, it had already appeared in front of another warrior professional. Raising your hand as a punch. Boom. A punch knocked the fighter into the air, and the violent power slanted out. The fighter flew backwards crazily, knocking other people along the way into the air. Finally bang. Make a huge pothole in the crowd, affecting dozens of people again. On the other side, a large number of fighters have surrounded them, each with huge long swords, long knives, long spears, giant axes and other melee weapons. Lu Xuantian is surrounded from all sides. It's a bit similar to the gangster club in Hong Kong movies in the past. A group of younger guys slashed at him with long knives. However, these people are stronger, and the power of a sword is comparable to that of a cannon. Those with all kinds of light attached to them are mostly spell enhancements that increase the sharpness of equipment, or the skills of soldiers. Spurt attack. Heavy axe slash. The cold light goes straight in. At this time, if you look from above, you will see that Lu Xuantian has been surrounded by various weapons, and there is no room for hiding. However, Lu Xuantian didn't panic at all. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian kicked a boy violently. Power prelude. A straight kick kicked a blank path, and many people behind that boy were affected. Boom. Turn around and punch. Blast off an incoming warrior again. Boom, boom, boom. With several punches in a row, all those who approached him were sent flying. In the blink of an eye, there was no one left. After transforming, no one can block Lu Xuantian's full-blown punch. That kind of power is completely beyond the level of normal professionals. Monster. Hiss. My armor was directly scrapped. How much damage is this punch? I can't beat it at all. Nima, the long sword I specially made was directly cracked by a punch. Priest, pastor, hurry up and help me regain my blood. I can't beat it, I can't beat it at all. After seeing Lu Xuantian's strength, many soldiers looked at Lu Xuantian vigilantly, standing 20 meters away from Lu Xuantian, not daring to approach easily. Within 20 meters around Lu Xuantian, no fighter dared to approach easily. They were all overwhelmed by the terrifying scene of Lu Xuantian, who kicked people tens of meters away with one punch and one leg, and there was no way to resist. Even the shield of the tank was blown out with one punch, and the tank was sent to the hospital in the second. And at this moment, Lu Xuantian showed a ferocious smile. Now it's time for me to catch you. While speaking, Lu Xuantian's legs suddenly stepped on the ground heavily, and then rushed towards the group of professionals, and rushed over in an instant. Boom boom. The ground exploded. Lu Xuantian has already rushed into the team of professionals, with a fist in his left hand and a fist in his right hand. Both of them hit the passing professionals with great precision. Crack clack. Bang bang bang. All of a sudden, there were bursts of muffled noises from the crowd, followed by many people being shot flying or smashed to the ground. Just an instant, Lu Xuantian runs through the crowd. All the people in a straight line received a heavy blow. Ah, my arm is broken. What a terrifying power. Brother, hurry up and save me, my ribs are all broken. Hey, it hurts so much. Many professionals who were knocked into the air were lying on the ground and howling in pain. Although that palm did not kill them, it still suffered great pain. Even, many people simply gave up the game and quit the secret world. They couldn't even last a second after Lu Xuantian's transformation, so how could they play? Brush. Suddenly, there was another strong wind blowing over the desert, and another blank passage appeared, accompanied by the painful wailing of the professionals. And that's not all. Lu Xuantian quickly pierced through the crowd, causing people to be turned on their backs as he passed by, and many people were directly hit with a big fight, even the passing wolf dogs were hit with a big fight. After the wolf dog flew, it fell heavily on the ground, howling in pain. In an instant, the original team of more than 300 people was torn apart in an instant, and it was completely devoid of the magnificent momentum it had at the beginning. Shadow Dance Leaf. With a shout, Lu Xuantian turned back and rushed towards the crowd after going back and forth. Anyone who was standing was the target of the attack. I don't play anymore. A girl saw Lu Xuantian approaching like a beast. She was so frightened that she gave up directly, not daring to confront Lu Xuantian head-on. Snapped. However, the moment the girl turned into a white light beam, a slap was placed on that buttock, sending her away thousands of miles away. It's not over yet. Sent one away, and the next one. At this moment, everyone looked at Lu Xuantian, who was raging on the battlefield. It seemed that what they besieged just now was not a human being, but a raging blue beast. And now, the blue ferocious beast came out of the cage and besieged them in turn. One person besieged 300 of them, and none of them was his opponent. I fight with you. Blade assault. A warrior with a long sword in his hand slashed at Lu Xuantian unwillingly. With a bang, the long sword was blown away by one punch, and the next punch hit the face door. What? All of a sudden, there was a cry of pain in the desert. More than one. Instead, dozens of painful wailing sounds. Run, run, this monster is coming. Don't hit me in the face. Crack. I won't play anymore. I give up. The secret realm quickly send me out. This guy is not human at all. I'm going. Don't come towards me. I didn't hit you. Let's go. At this moment, on the entire battlefield, there is only a humanoid beast that is emitting red steam, and some professionals who are still struggling. Outside the secret, many diamond-level powerhouses who led the team thought that the battle would soon come to an end. But did not see Lu Xuantian coming out. On the contrary, from time to time, one or two professionals are kicked out, which makes people very puzzled. In their view, these geniuses are just arrogant powder kegs, the kind that explode at a touch. Now that the fuse of Lu Xuantian appears, it will completely detonate all the explosive barrels. Originally thought that all the geniuses gathered to besiege Lu Xuantian alone, and it would not take long to beat Lu Xuantian out, but now it has been so long. Not only did they fail to win Lu Xuantian, but a large group of people were kicked out. At this moment, nearly 400 people seem to have received a huge blow, and everyone is silent, even if they have suffered huge injuries. These geniuses who usually talk to themselves to be superior to others, the arrogance of heaven, sit in the same place stupidly, looking down at the earth and falling into deep contemplation. The geniuses of every school and guild look the same, as if they have seen something terrible. This made many powerful people look confused. Aren't they besieging Lu Xuantian? How could they tremble together with the monster? Seems like the monsters won't kill them. As the first peak guild to discover this place, Tu Yongyuan, the leader of the diamond rank, looked at the geniuses around him. A great deal of genius has been loosened over time. 3 minutes later, a large number of screaming geniuses were sent out. Hey, my ass, don't come here, I didn't hit you. I fight with you, monster, monster. The genius is sent out when the secret realm no longer appears. Tu Yongyuan was shocked to find that almost all the geniuses had been sent out. Sweep over at a glance. A total of 474 people were teleported out. Moreover, they all encountered one thing. For a while, Guiyongyuan fell in love. This time, we dispatched a group of 500 geniuses. According to calculations, all the bosses have been killed long ago, and now should be the time to send them out. But after the first day passed, such a horrible thing happened. What kind of monsters appeared in the secret realm? But it seems that there are still some top talents who haven't come out yet. Could it be that they are fighting fierce beasts inside? At this time, not only him, but even other diamond-level powerhouses were curious. Tu Yongyuan scolded a genius from the Peak Guild coldly. Shihai, what did you encounter inside? What monsters appeared? If there is really, to the monster, then it's a huge blow to these geniuses. But judging by their appearance, it's not like encountering a truly terrifying alien beast. The genius named Shihai took a deep breath before speaking slowly. We lost. A complete defeat. We are not his opponents. We tried to resist, but we were all slapped away. Suddenly, Shihai raised his head to look at Tu Yongyuan and shouted loudly. It's Lu Xuantian. He's not human. He doesn't know what skills he's using. His strength soars instantly, and his speed is extremely fast. We can't see his shadow at all. Not only that, but his back looks like a devil's back, extremely ferocious, and when he appears, he bursts out with a powerful aura, and even the back of the ghost has opened his eyes. One punch can blow away mountains and rivers, and our blood volume will be lost by one punch. If we have to, we will all be teleported. When this genius spoke, many geniuses around him echoed. Prove it's true. Otherwise, they would not have been beaten out like this. Although they don't want to admit it, Lu Xuantian's strength and speed are not something they can deal with. Suddenly another person shouted, it's not that we can't beat him. Instead, we were swept away. Everyone fell into deep memories again. If they are defeated, actually nothing. However, when more than 400 of them faced a ferocious humanoid beast, they were not defeated one by one, but were directly swept away by that person. They alone will clear the field of those who have become geniuses since childhood. That shock was something they had never experienced in 18 years. There are no words to describe it. Lu Xuantian turned into a humanoid beast and left a deep impression on them. If in the past, someone said that there was an invincible existence in the same class, they would definitely not believe it, but now this kind of thing really happened. They also serve as witnesses and participants. Lu Xuantian imprinted a deep imprint on their hearts, and they will live in Lu Xuantian's shadow from now on. Impossible. You 400 people can't deal with that person. One battle tank master against 400 geniuses of you, are you kidding me? Master Tu Yongyuan screamed, completely forgetting that he is a diamond-level powerhouse. There were only a dozen or so diamond armor experts who came this time. Except for the Da Sha Seven Sons, not all other guilds had diamond rank experts. But everyone didn't believe it after hearing such appalling things. However, facing the seniors' questioning, everyone nodded to confirm that they were not lying. After all, this is something that everyone can see, and if you really want to hide it, it is impossible to say such a thing. HMPH, Shihai, you'd better make sure you're not lying to me, or you'll be punished by the guild. Tu Yongyuan, who had reacted, shouted coldly. I cannot. At this time, the other strong people were surprised. It seems that Qingzhou University has produced a monster-level genius. Although I don't know if it's true or not, but he can clear everyone, and his strength is not low. No wonder he can be ranked 4th by Wenju, but now it seems that he might be able to compete with the first place. Wang Tianming competed with him. Quote, you guys say, will this Lu Xuantian become the future 7th grand final? Impossible, absolutely impossible. Those who exist even surpass us, and are all powerful hidden professions. Lu Xuantian is an ordinary hidden profession, it is impossible to become the top 7. Quote, listening to many diamond-level powerhouses talking about his students, Yi Hongfei immediately became unhappy. Who said that Lu Xuantian doesn't have a powerful hidden professional? After this competition is over, I will find him a powerful martial artist job change scroll. By then, he will definitely be a dual professional. Ask your peers to repair. Quote, Yi Hongfei said confidently. He recently gave Lu Xuantian some clues to find the job transfer scroll. And now seeing how powerful Lu Xuantian is, he made up his mind now. Lu Xuantian must be transferred. When Lu Xuantian grows up, he will have face in pretending to be B in the future. Suddenly, there was a sneer from the side. Yi Hongfei, you old man, dream about it. Our Yanjing University's Excalibur King Tianming is the #1 person in the same class. It's not certain who will win the battle. There are still the top Tianzhao among them, and the GU Master Miao Given of our Miao Zhang Guild is the #1. Lu Fan, our Dragon Master in northern Xinjiang, is the strongest. Qingzhou University's drama is too proud. We Laodong necromancers, Yi Hongfei said coldly with disdain. Let's wait and see. At the same time, in the secret territory, when all the ordinary geniuses are cleared out, only the top geniuses are left. Lu Xuantian stood in front of more than 20 arrogances gushing out red steam all over his body, with an arc split at the corner of his mouth, he said with a ferocious smile. Are you going together, or alone? I will accompany you all. Listening to the arrogance and arrogance, many Tianzhao's faces were ugly. This is a naked provocation to them. But at the same time, they were overwhelmed by Lu Xuantian's crazy fight just now. One person cleared the field for more than 400 days, but there is still room for rising, even they can't do it, and now they dare to provoke them. Prove that the opponent still has some strength, or that the opponent is bluffing. Either way is better than them. They were reduced to dealing with Lu Xuantian alone. This is an insult to their personality. Suddenly, a person stepped forward, looked directly at Lu Xuantian and said in a cold voice, "I will not deal with you with others, I disdain to fight in this way, I don't care if you are bluffing or what, I will deal with you after the single. It's good for you, I'm the novice chief of Liaodong University, Yi Anhe, and my professional is Necromancer." As soon as the voice fell, a black-gray light spot appeared at the foot of Yi Anhe, and then spread to the surroundings, covering a radius of 100 meters in an instant. The Tianzhao who stood near him were shocked and retreated to the safe area. Next up is the battle between Anhe and Lu Xuantian. I saw the black-gray halo at the foot of Yan Anhe, and within the halo, the original desert also changed instantly. Gives you a feeling of darkness. Immediately afterwards, the halo was like a space gate, together with the endless land of the dead. Crack, crack, a large number of undead crawled out from the ground around Yi Anhe, within the halo. Murin, it seems that an endless army of undead appeared in the circle of light towards and spread to the surroundings, with countless undead pouring out from behind. It seems like a long time. In fact, in less than 3 seconds, a large number of undead appeared. Aren't you good at fighting? Then you can see if you can kill these undead like me. Battle tanks are battle tanks after all. They can only be singled out. Against team battles, there is no chance of winning. Don't think that you are invincible just because you clean up a pile of dregs, let me show you what it is, truly invincible. Yi Anhe made no secret of his mockery of Lu Xuantian. Under his control, hundreds of millions of undead legions appeared in the desert, constantly encircling Lu Xuantian, far exceeding the number Lu Xuantian dealt with just now. And standing in the distance, Lu Xuantian looked at the undead army not far away, and he was all stunned. Necromancer, feeling the endless undead creatures, it will take some effort to let them fight. Moreover, the terrifying aura erupted by this undead army is no weaker than that of Lu Xuantian. Even, wherever the undead army passed, due to the infection of dead air, the desert is directly blackened. Necromancer, not far away, Lu Xuantian looked at the densely packed undead army, as well as Yi Anhe behind the undead army. This time, finally met a powerful hidden professional. With the continuous increase of the undead army. But Lu Xuantian didn't panic at all. Due to level restrictions, and its own MP limit. Egan and the summoned undead army are not high in level, but they win in large numbers. During this period, Lu Xuantian did not act in a hurry. A jump back, standing on a huge rock to see the undead army can go. The area within a kilometer radius is full of undead. Let alone 100,000. 2. Yan Anhe finally reached the limit, unable to summon any more undead. The funniest thing is, Ayan and Jiran directly jumped onto a huge throne made of white bones, as if he was the king of all the undead at this moment. All the limelight. With his return, the undead army set out and attacked Lu Xuantian. And in the rear, many arrogances were shocked. What is the concept of summoning 100,000 undead at once? Although most of the undead are of low quality, it is not easy for them to deal with them. As expected of the 4th-ranked necromancer, he must be upset because he is squeezed out of the position. A student from Daxia Kizi explained the reason. It turned out that the 4th place among the 7 sons of Da Sha was Yi Anhe, but because Lu Xuantian was born, his position was taken away. This makes him very upset. Therefore, as soon as he came up, he directly enlarged his moves and prepared to take down Lu Xuantian with an absolute posture. For a while, many people believed that Lu Xuantian would definitely lose against the 100,000 undead army. At this time, the voice of Lu Xuantian came from the air. I admit that you are very strong, but it is not enough to defeat me. What did you say? Sitting on the throne of bones, Anhe asked in a cold voice. He doesn't think he will lose to Lu Xuantian, this is the confidence given to him by the undead army around him. Even if it is the 3 Tianzhao in front of him, he dares to fight with one of them. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian said loudly. I say. The loud sound echoed in all directions, attracting everyone's attention. Kneel down for me. Lu Xuantian stared. In Setsuna, an invisible fighting spirit emerged, like a spring breeze, erupting from Lu Xuantian as the center, forming a huge coercion, covering the undead army in an instant. Conqueror's haki can only be controlled but cannot be cultivated. With the person who controls it, the aura displayed will increase. Ito. In the battle just now, Lu Xuantian surpassed all the arrogance with an absolute attitude, which made them feel awe of Lu Xuantian in their hearts. In his heart, he felt an unprecedented sense of joy, surpassing all living beings. Before He could react, he felt a powerful coercion. It was an invisible but powerful coercion. Suppress him deeply. He only felt dizzy in his head, but his strong spiritual attributes allowed him to persevere. But he can persist, but the undead can't. Suddenly, the 100,000 undead core around him couldn't bear the huge coercive impact, knelt down in an instant, and walked towards Lu Xuanwang in unison. Just blink of an eye. The undead army under him, no matter whether they were low level or high level, all knelt down, and at the same time they fell to the ground while kneeling. The undead breath on them could not resist the powerful coercion, they were wiped out, they died. Yan'an and his pupils shrank suddenly. Fort, his undead army. Ruined, killing an army of 100,000 undead at a glance. This script is wrong. Isn't he going to beat up Lu Xuantian? Catch the thief first and catch the king first. No, you are a bare bones commander. As soon as the words fell, Lu Xuantian, who was in the distance, rushed towards Anhe. As a necromancer, his combat power is not as high as that of a warrior, and he mainly relies on the army of the undead. Without the army of the undead, he will be in danger. Let's take a shot, we can't let that guy have a chance. In Tianzhou, not far away, someone shouted and rushed towards Anhe. Count me in. This pervert can't be one-on-one. Some arrogances who thought they were of average strength stepped forward to help Anhe. Several Tianzhou attacked Lu Xuantian. Spear of flame. Slash wave. In a short while, around Anhe, 5 talents from different colleges appeared. But the skills they unleash. All by Lu Xuantian, dodge. Let me. At this time, a genius rushed towards Lu Xuantian. He didn't wear a piece of equipment, he wasn't a mage, and he wasn't affected by the current class. Just when everyone was wondering, I saw that his figure suddenly became bigger, because the emperor's hair crazily grew out of his body. Werewolf transformation. This is actually a powerful hidden class that can transform into a powerful werewolf. After transforming into a werewolf, all physiques will be enhanced, and the strength and speed will also increase a lot. It's the 8th ranked werewolf among the 7 sons of the great Shah, Li Yuanqing. Let's keep up. All of a sudden, the chasing geniuses followed Li Yuanqing to join the battle. At this moment, Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes. All the detailed attributes of the other party are presented in front of Lu Xuantian's eyes. Is a mighty werewolf who is a little more than a wolf. Gravity punch. Lu Xuantian punched out, directly hit the werewolf in the chest. The fist appeared directly behind the werewolf, almost piercing through the wolf's skin. Wow! The werewolf spit out a mouthful of blood, and his pupils couldn't get any bigger. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian threw the werewolf back with a punch, blocking the sight of the rear support genius, while using the werewolf's body. One step in front of the rest of the geniuses, one left uppercut and one right uppercut sent others, including Owen, flying tens of meters away and smashing them into the bunker. In just one meeting, the 5th-ranked necromancer and the 8th-ranked werewolf among the 7 sons of Daxia were defeated by Lu Xuantian in an instant. Everyone who watched was horrified. Who else? Lu Xuantian turned his head sharply, his red eyes looked at a group of arrogances in the distance. Quite a few Tianzhou with poor concentration were directly frightened by that terrible look and took a step back. Are you kidding me? The top-ranked Tianzhou were instantly killed. Didn't they go up to give away heads? In vain to suffer a severe beating. He should have consumed a lot, right? How about we do it together? A Tianzhou in the crowd said. What they got in exchange was contemptuous looks from other people, but what's more, they want to kill you. From just now to now, every time I thought that Lu Xuantian was going to die. But others didn't consume it at all. Even, the strength has not dropped much. Just when they were hesitating, Lu Fan, the Dragon Master, gave a cold voice. We have to fight today if we fight, and we have to fight if we don't fight. No matter what the result is today, it's not good for us. It's better to defeat him, at least it's not a loss. And, I don't think I'm going to lose. Xiaoyi, Takumi. Dragon Master Lu Fan confidently jumped onto the giant dragon and flew towards Lu Xuantian. And other words, his complexion changed. Even if they win today, they will be laughed at when they go out, and they will be laughed at if they lose. After all, fighting with a guy who consumes a lot of physical energy. It's embarrassing to say it. But you can't be a coward even if you lose. Moreover, there are top 3 powerful professionals on their side, so it is not certain who will win. Lu Fan is right, the big deal is to be beaten up, and with his powerful dragon leading the way, he can definitely beat that guy violently. I don't want to go out and be laughed at. How did this pervert cultivate? It's the first time I've seen such a monster. Count me in, I'm a psychic who can control him. Immediately, the remaining dozen or so hidden professionals all took action to deal with Lu Xuantian together, otherwise this time they will really be taken over by others. And there are only 3 people left. They are the number 1 Excalibur King Tianming, and 2 girls, Yu Gongtian and Qin Chu. Lu Xuantian really challenged everyone this time. With that Dragon Master joining, I think Lu Xuantian is really going to be mysterious this time. Xiaoyu, why don't you go up? Before Qin Chu could finish speaking, a long knife landed on Qin Chu's small head. Yu Gongtian said indifferently, if I can't even beat Lu Fan, then I can't even beat Lu Fan. It's better to stand here and watch the battle than to be beaten. Also, that Lu Xuantian is not sympathetic at all. That's not true. Among the more than 400 people just now, regardless of gender, they were severely beaten by Lu Xuantian. She doesn't want to go up and get beaten. Looking at the dozen or so hidden professionals, Lu Xuantian grinned. He is now opening the 3rd gate, not only consuming the energy in his body, but also reaching his own limit, which is enough to deal with these people. If not enough, then you can only break through the higher limit. Completely trample this group of people known as geniuses under their feet. And at this moment, hidden professionals are here. Stone grass is everywhere. An earth mage instantly activated his skills, and within the range where Lu Xuantian was, a large number of stone spears burst out of the ground, stabbing at Lu Xuantian. And after that, more hidden professionals are displaying their skills one after another, showing their powerful side. Lu Xuantian glanced over. I was also surprised. As expected of the most powerful professionals, every hidden profession is very powerful. For example, the Hidden King, Prophet, Ashura, Gu Master, Goddess of the Earth, Golden Knight, Breaking Bad, Dragon Master, Avenger, Holy Shield Warrior, Rune Master, Metal Swordsman, Nunchaku Fighter, etc. Hidden pros. This lineup can be described as extremely luxurious. Putting it on the outside will definitely attract everyone's attention, but it's only here to deal with Lu Xuantian. The first to resist the front are the Golden Knight and the Holy Shield, trying to resist Lu Xuantian's attack, while the Golden Swordsman and Ashura are on the side. In the back are the hidden professionals of the mage system such as the Rune Master and the Goddess of the Earth. As well as a powerful assassin, he had already sneaked into the vicinity of Lu Xuantian. Poison Fang Spike, I got you. Lu Xuantian suddenly looked to the side, and with the help of Jian Sewen, he could easily feel the other party's presence. I reward you with a big joke. Lu Xuantian grabbed the assassin's wrist with one hand, and shouted directly with the other hand. Snapped. Clear, crisp and loud voice sounded. With a slap, the assassin also showed his figure, and even the mask on his face was knocked off. It turned out to be a girl with a sweet appearance. At this moment, tears welled up in the girl's eyes, and half of her face was already red and swollen, almost turning into a pig's head. Forehead. Lu Xuantian threw away his hands directly. I won't let you go. The girl disappeared without a trace. Lu Xuantian felt that the opponent had left the battlefield. Soon, he will stop paying attention. The others have already been killed. The battle broke out in an instant. With his strong sense of knowledge and his own speed, Lu Xuantian keeps dealing with these people. Suddenly, the sound of the sun came. Get out of the way, let me deal with him. It was the Dragon Master Lu Fan who spoke. Xiaoyi, burn him to death with the flames. As soon as the words fell, Xiaoyi, the giant dragon, opened its huge mouth and spit out a very hot flame towards Lu Xuantian. It's as if the world is going to be set on fire. For a while, no genius thought it was over. This move is a famous move of the Dragon Master, and no one can avoid it. It's over, this guy must be unable to resist the flames and run away. Is he really a battle tank master? This has nothing to do with a battle tank master, does it? This guy has such a stubborn temper, he wants us to fight together. However, at this moment, Lu Xuantian retreated instead of advancing. Holy Healing Arm Shield. Lu Xuantian directly enlarged the Holy Healing Arm Shield, and used the arm shield to resist the flames and go upstream. At this moment, Lu Xuantian's eyes turned hard, immediately came to the bottom of the dragon, and kicked the dragon's neck up into the air to prevent the dragon from exhaling. What? Lu Fan, the Dragon Master, was shocked. How could he approach him with this powerful skill? Don't wait for him to think too much. There was a fury from below the dragon. Fourth gate. Open the wound. Li Lianhua. After Dragon Master Lu Fan took action, all hidden professionals felt that Lu Xuantian was going to die. After all, the giant dragon is not an ordinary creature, it is a powerful existence among creatures. Being at the top of the food chain. And around, many geniuses are looking at Lu Xuantian, wanting to watch Lu Xuantian get beaten up. But they were shocked by Lu Xuantian's actions. Lu Xuantian directly resisted the flames, and even kicked the dragon's neck into the air. Everyone was stunned. The script is wrong. When approaching the giant dragon, Lu Xuantian saw the attributes of the giant dragon, and all 4 attributes were above 2,000 points, even stronger than some silver-level bosses. It can also be seen from this that the strength of a dragon master can become the second-ranked genius. And this is not something Lu Xuantian can beat with a single punch. Therefore, more powerful moves must be used. When you come to the bottom of the dragon. A loud roar came. Fourth gate, open the wound. 8 inner gates. The third gate has already reached the limit of the human body, and the fourth gate, the injury gate, is to further improve one's own attack and speed. At this moment, the body began to suffer damage, and Lu Xuantian's own panel had already appeared in a state of continuous bleeding, but he didn't care at all. At this moment, he has truly entered the state of 8 inner gates. Li Lianhua. Next moment, Lu Xuantian launched a crazy attack on the dragon, attacking the opponent at a speed exceeding the speed of sound. The lethality is huge. Boom boom boom. Bang bang bang. In an instant, berserk power slanted out, punching one after another, hitting the dragon's body, and the dragon didn't even have time to react. Leave a lot of fist marks and leg marks on the dragon, which can penetrate deep into the bone. Ah! The giant dragon only reacted in a burst of sonic bombardment, felt the intense pain, and immediately let out a mournful howl. As a beast master, Lu Fan thought that one person and one beast were contracted together, and immediately felt the dragon being attacked under his feet, and immediately said brightly, Xiaoyi wants to fly to the sky. Lu Xuantian sneered, I will help you go to heaven. Li Lianhua. Lu Xuantian kicked the giant dragon fiercely in the stomach, sending the dragon into the sky, and also stepped on the ground fiercely, rushing towards the sky. Another storm-like attack was carried out, and finally the giant dragon was kicked to the ground from a height of 100 meters. Seems like a long fight. Only 3 seconds passed. The second-ranked Dragon Master Lu Fan and his dragon were completely defeated. Dragon Master Lu Fan lost. I can't even beat this, and I'm still playing with chicken feathers. Hiss, this fat beating is really miserable, I won't participate, anyway, I don't dare to fight. Slip away. Immediately, the remaining dozen or so hidden professionals did not dare to approach Lu Xuantian anymore. I'm really scared now. The Dragon Master is an extremely rare hidden profession in Daxia, and the giant dragon is a beast pet that is rare in 100 years. The combination of the two will directly crush the peers. But such a genius couldn't last a minute in front of Lu Xuantian. It seems to have exploded with full strength. Boom. Now, Lu Xuantian had already landed on the desert, looking down on everyone like a proud blue beast. His eyes swept over Yu Gongtian and Qin Chu, and finally stopped on the body of the Excalibur King Tianming. Now, the only one who surpassed him in the rankings was the first one among the freshmen known as the 7 Sons of the Great Shah. Excalibur King Destiny. You don't plan to challenge me. Lu Xuantian's indifferent voice came. He doesn't mind beating up everyone present to see the blue beast. All of a sudden, other geniuses looked at Lu Xuantian and Wang Tianming. One is ranked number 1 among the 7 sons of Daxia, and the other is Lu Xuantian, who broke through the rankings with his strong strength and became the uncrowned king. Now, they also wanted to know whether it was Lu Xuantian or Wang Tianming who was stronger. Wang Tianming spoke lightly when he heard the words. I won't fight with you. I won't fight the current you. You have already consumed most of your strength. Even if I promise you now, I won't be very happy. As Wang Tianming, who suppressed all new students, directly expressed his thoughts. He will never allow himself to win the game in this way. He is so proud that he can't afford to lose this man. Yo, quite picky, Lu Xuantian joked. Seeing that Wang Tianming didn't have the slightest thought of fighting, he didn't force it. After all, if I really beat him, I think he will lose face as the number 1. Especially since others explicitly rejected it, Lu Xuantian would not do such a thing on purpose. Immediately, he came to hold the 3 pieces of equipment placed on the boulder. Start researching the secrets of gear. By the way, 3 pieces of equipment can be synthesized into one unique level equipment. Lu Xuantian said to himself. Then put the 3 pieces of equipment together, but nothing happened. Many geniuses in the distance watched Lu Xuantian fiddle with it, but dared not speak out. But there is no way. Those things are already Lu Xuantian's. They also tried to get it back, but there was no way to get it back. I can only let Lu Xuantian fiddle with it. But when the 3 pieces of equipment are put together, there doesn't seem to be any special response. At this time, a new prompt box pops up in front of everyone. It turns out that there is one last test, that is to defeat the hidden boss. However, this hidden boss would not appear in the first place. It was thought that he had an extremely harsh opening condition, that is, to collect all 3 pieces of equipment by one person. But Lu Xuantian collected them by mistake. Mo. This hidden boss is equivalent to bursting out new rewards. If you were someone else, you might miss it, but this time Lu Xuantian was lucky enough to meet it. Hoo-hoo, boom. Suddenly, the color of the world changed. In the originally clear sky, countless yellow sands were flying all over the sky. Suddenly, the 3 pieces of gold equipment that were originally in Lu Xuantian's hands suddenly flew into the sky and hovered in the sky. Immediately afterwards, countless yellow sand condensed into a huge yellow sand arm, grabbing the 3 pieces of gold equipment. When the arm appears, the yellow sand between the sky and the earth became even more violent, and they all condensed into a tall giant. It is entirely composed of yellow sand, huge as high as 50 meters. It's like Sandman in The Amazing Spider-Man, presented in front of everyone. There's even a hidden boss. It really appeared. If it wasn't for putting 3 pieces of gold equipment together, I'm afraid we wouldn't be able to trigger this hidden level. Look at the boss's information quickly. Lu Xuantian's left eye brightened, reading the boss's information. Hidden boss. Sun God Envoy. Level. Gold 10th rank. Power. 5,955. Agility. 5600. Endurance. 5,577. Skills. Sand Puppet. Soldiers on the battlefield. Sandstorm. Earth Impact. Sand Hell. Rolling Stone. Introduction. As the messenger of the Sun God, broadcast the greatness of the Sun God to time, but absolutely do not allow others to blaspheme the Sun God, especially when entering this territory, everyone will be killed. When the information about the boss was presented, all the Tianzhou present were stunned. Such a powerful attribute. Each of them is more than 5,000, and the mental power is more than 6,000, which is far beyond the level of normal bosses. The attributes of the 3 bosses just now are at most about 3,000, it will take them a long time to attack. And now, this more powerful boss, all attributes are doubled. They want to deal with it in a short time, it is absolutely impossible to be so easy. After seeing the boss, many geniuses immediately wanted to quit, not wanting to fight the boss. But suddenly, their expressions changed, unable to teleport. Yes, after the hidden boss appears, they cannot be teleported out. Because the hidden boss is not so easy to trigger, and after triggering, either destroy it, or wait until the time of the secret realm is over, otherwise it cannot be sent out. With someone yelling, everyone present has noticed this situation. Everyone was surprised. It seems that if you want to leave here, you must kill this monster. Lu Fan, the Dragon Master, looked at the Sun God Envoy and said solemnly. Then he glanced at the dragon beside him. After the previous battle, his giant dragon suffered a strong attack from Lu Xuantian and was severely injured, but he still has a little fighting power after recovering. However, our number is too small now, it is not so fast to defeat each other, even if we want to kill her, it will take a long time. Someone spoke. After all, the level of the hidden boss is very high, even if the damage they deal is scraping. While everyone was arguing, I saw that huge sandman, waving his huge hands, set off a huge sandstorm in the desert, covering a large area. Seeing this, everyone backed away. Watch out for the sand giants. Suddenly, in the huge sandstorm, a large number of soldiers made of sand, as well as knights and other arms came out one after another. This is the skill of the boss. Shacheng orders soldiers. Directly summon a large number of soldiers. For a moment, everyone looked at the soldier with vigilance. Is it okay to build soldiers out of sand in the desert? This boss can still play this hand. Is this how the autumn soldiers on the battlefield are used? What do we do now? Do we fight him, or hide and wait for the time to run out? It's a bit difficult to kill the hidden boss within 3 days. I'm afraid you want to hide. You look at the growth rate of these monsters. Even if there are 2 days left, these monsters will cover the entire secret realm. By then, we will really be finished. It's possible that the boss hasn't summoned a large number of sandmen yet. When there are more, it will be the end of all of us. I'm going to die now. Many geniuses wanted to retreat a little bit, but after hearing other people's analysis, they felt that it made sense, and they had to be dealt with when the number of sand people was small. How do you know if you don't try? Lu Xuantian said coldly. You guys deal with these little soldiers, and I'll deal with this big guy. For this boss, Lu Xuantian calculated in his heart that he could defeat it. But there is a little price to pay. Mainly because the 3 pieces of equipment he finally obtained are in the hands of the hidden boss. If he gives up, those 3 pieces of equipment will be in vain. This is absolutely not allowed. It must be taken back. At this time, Yu Gongtian looked at Lu Xuantian suspiciously and said, Are you sure you want to deal with the hidden boss? You have already consumed so much just now. You are not in your prime right now, you should take a break first. I will help you delay the time, there is no problem dealing with these sand people. As soon as these words came out, Lu Xuantian looked sideways, and immediately said, What a silly girl, when you are in the wild, you don't have so much time to rest. My answer is, tough boss. Hearing Lu Xuantian call her a silly girl, Yu Gongtian was taken aback for a moment. Since she was a child, it was the first time someone scolded her, and for a while, Yu Fu didn't know whether to be angry or angry. On the contrary, her little face was so red that she couldn't say a word for a long time. And Lu Xuantian looked at the others. To deal with the boss, we must take advantage of the present, and you are on the sidelines to support me. I will take the lead, and I must kill the boss. Soon, someone responded, Okay, I'll stop the little soldier, said the hidden job monster among the geniuses loudly. I agree, you Lu Xuantian can still fight after fighting for so long, and I can't be a turtle. I am an earth mage, and I can count on restraining these sandman soldiers. Add me, you beat me. For a time, many geniuses responded. Lu Xuantian has been recognized by them, and he can still fight after beating hundreds of people by himself. Although they can't beat people, they can't lose in terms of momentum. Sao, Lu Xuantian, I can't finish with you. The Dragon Master Lu Fan suddenly said, My Xiaoyi still has some fighting power, just to hold the giant sand man. Laozi is not a cowardly doctor. Ah Wu. The giant dragon named Xiaoyi instantly inflated its body and roared loudly. All of a sudden, everyone's fighting mood was pulled to the fullest level. Suddenly a voice interrupted. Count me in, I will also deal with this boss. The person who spoke was the Excalibur King Tianming. Okay, then count you in. Lu Xuantian didn't say much, but shouted loudly. I'm going up. Next moment, Lu Xuantian rushed directly to the hidden boss, directly stepped on the heads of the Sandman soldiers, stomped on one of them, and rushed towards the hidden boss. We can't let that guy Lu Xuantian underestimate him. I'll buff you guys. In an instant, all the geniuses who were still stranded in the secret territory moved. All kinds of moves instantly eliminated those summoned Sandman soldiers. Besides Lu Xuantian rushed to the boss. There are also the top 3 Sword King Tianming, Dragon Master Lu Fan, and Yao Dao Yugongtian. The battle broke out in an instant, under the powerful firepower of the four. 2 hours later, the huge Sandman was hit and collapsed directly. Sandmen are so fragile, everyone was amazed. This was a bit beyond their imagination, and they thought it would be a protracted battle. As a result, the boss came first. No, the boss is about to use skills, withdraw. Lu Xuantian shouted suddenly, but it's too late. I saw that a huge energy in that huge Sandman was crazily restrained, and then exploded suddenly. Countless tiny grains of sand shot in all directions. The first to bear the brunt are Lu Xuantian, Wang Tianming, Lu Fan, and Yu Gongtian. The explosion was so sudden that no one could escape it. Countless grains of sand directly hit the four of them. Xiao Yi quickly retreat. Lu Fan's loud roar came from the sandstorm all over the sky. When the sandstorm is over, Dragon Master Lu Fan and his dragon have both suffered great damage and are far away from the battlefield. And Yao Dao Yu Gongtian seemed to use defensive props, but because he was close to the boss, he also suffered a lot of damage. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian looked to the other side. That was the destiny of the Excalibur King. It turned out to be harmless. He just used the Holy Healing Arm Shield to resist, but he didn't see how Wang Tianming did it. At this moment, Excalibur King Tianming also looked at Lu Xuantian. Brother Lu, there are only 2 of us left, why don't we compare who will kill the boss first? Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes slightly. Yes. Excalibur King Tianming looked calm. But an infinite sword intent emerged from his body. Excalibur. At this moment, Wang Tianming directly activated his own big move. Lu Xuantian frowned. What a strong sword intent. Is the other party planning to use a big move directly? Interesting. It seems that I have to show some real skills. Lu Xuantian said to himself in his heart. Then, let me show you the even more impressive 8 inner gates. 6th Gate Jingmun. Gate Jingmun open. In the middle of the battlefield. When the huge sand giant disappeared, a kobold wearing a sun god armor, holding a red sand gun in his left hand and a Mayan scepter in his right hand appeared on the spot. Immediately, it attracted everyone's attention. Lu Xuantian and Wang Tianming cast their gazes over at the same time. It turned out that they were never fighting boss. It's the skills of the boss. The geniuses who were besieging not far away looked at the boss in horror. This boss is stronger than they imagined. Interesting. Lu Xuantian squinted at the Sun Angel. This boss has played tricks on them. Up. Excalibur King Tianming rushed directly to the boss after releasing his ultimate move. That ability seems to have a powerful boost, which can increase attack power and destructive power. Swipe. Swipe. During Setsuna, Excalibur King Tianming fought with the boss, outputting violent sword energy crazily, and fought back and forth with the boss. Every time, the sword light slashed on the sun god armor on the boss, unexpectedly cutting several sword marks on it, directly hurting the boss through the armor. Even beat the boss back again and again. It is enough to see the strength of Wang Tianming. Lu Xuantian's gaze flooded. Although Wang Tianming is very strong, every sword has a very powerful lethality. But his own attributes are indeed a bit low. It is not that simple to defeat the boss. Still, that's not enough to watch. Immediately, Lu Xuantian shouted in a low voice. 8 inner gates 6th gate Jingmun open. Ghost back. During Setsuna, an even more violent aura erupted from Lu Xuantian's body than before. With the blessing of double buffs, Lu Xuantian became stronger than ever before. Suddenly, this sudden change attracted everyone's attention. Then, that guy, is he going to use that skill again? No, it's not the previous move, it seems to be a new move. What the hell, he's been fighting for so long and yet he can burst out with stronger strength. Unbelievable, I'm running out of energy now. Is this guy a human? At this moment, the other geniuses have cleaned up those sandmen, and they are all exhausted and out of breath, but Lu Xuantian has even stronger power. Only then did they realize that they had underestimated Lu Xuantian from the beginning to the end. Lu Xuantian's eyes were fiery, and he felt the powerful force coming from his body. The body is already working beyond its capacity. However, Jingmun is in the buffer state of running and starting, and the green energy steam emanating from his body is much stronger than before. But it also takes a higher toll on the body. The life energy is constantly falling out. In the normal world, Lu Xuantian definitely wouldn't do this. And here is a world where games and reality are integrated. No injury can be healed by a bottle of medical potion. If there is, then 2 bottles. Wang Tianming, get out of the way. Let me. As soon as Wang Tianming came to his senses, he saw a red monster rushing towards him. It was Lu Xuantian, who was the same beast as before, and he was so frightened that he quickly avoided it. Tiger. A palm-emitting green energy steam struck the boss's body. With a blow that can come with armor piercing, the boss howls in pain. But Lu Xuantian didn't let the boss go. With the advantage of the 6th. Attack the boss with all your strength. A violent aesthetics is presented in front of everyone. Bang bang bang. The fist made a huge shock. The sun god envoy who hit him restrained himself and retreated. At this moment, people outside the battlefield were shocked when they saw Lu Xuantian, who was outputting like crazy. It turns out that Lu Xuantian has stronger moves. They originally thought that they had already looked up to Lu Xuantian, but now they found that they had always underestimated Lu Xuantian and the others hadn't exploded with full strength. 8 inner gates are so powerful with only the 6th gate open. If all open, people no longer dare to think about it. That's beyond what they could have imagined. WWW. The battle continues. Under the attack of Lu Xuantian, the blood volume of the boss is also continuously decreasing. Humans, court death. Enduring the storm-like damage to the sun god envoy, he stabbed Chisha in his hand fiercely at Lu Xuantian, trying to kill him. Armed color katakana middle dot cover. During the battle, Lu Xuantian's mind became clearer, and he immediately used weapons to resist the attack of the boss, and even snatched the Chisha spear with his backhand. At this time, his strength is no worse than that of the boss. After winning the spear, Lu Xuantian used the armed color again to harden the red sand spear and stab the boss like a javelin. Instantly pierced through its chest and nailed to the desert. This stunned the geniuses around. Completely one-sided crushing. Sandman puppet. The sun god envoy displayed powerful skills again. He already felt that Lu Xuantian was strong. He was not Lu Xuantian's opponent with a frontal toughness. Controlling the wind and sand was his strong point. A huge sand giant reappeared. At this moment, the boss fans are confident. But the next moment, it doesn't think so. Is it a giant again? Lu Xuantian said in a low voice. Then I will show you the real 6th gate. Towards the peacock. This time, Lu Xuantian fully opened the 6th gate, and the original red steam also changed color, turning into green energy covering the whole body. He's at full strength right now. And at this moment, there were a total of 25 geniuses present, once again lost their minds. They stared blankly at Lu Xuantian. Played for a long time. You tell us, you haven't tried your best yet. Why don't you play monkeys here? Before these people could think about it, Lu Xuantian had already rushed to the boss, attacking the sand puppet head-on. He constantly swings high-speed positive fists and air friction to produce flames, and uses the shock waves and flames formed by hitting the air to cause continuous blows to the enemy. Next moment, Lu Xuantian jumped directly into the air, and not only swung countless flaming fists. Punch after punch, without the slightest pause. When countless fire fists blasted out. It is as stunning as a flame peacock opening its tail. And under the attack of fire fist, the sand was smashed and scattered, directly annihilated and melted. Instantly, the Sandman puppet that had just condensed and appeared collapsed under countless fire fists, revealing the Sun God Envoy hiding inside. When the Sun God Envoy appears, he will bear more fire fist attacks. Bang bang, boom boom. Lu Xuantian was curious about a ruthless engine, and punched out continuously. Sparks like flames burst out in the entire air. Morning Peacock, burn, youth. Lu Xuantian, who was full of fighting spirit, beat up the boss mercilessly. Finally, gathering all his strength, he punched the boss into the ground with a powerful punch. Boom boom. This punch directly bombarded the ground into a huge pothole, and the Sun God Envoy wearing the sun armor, holding the red sand spear and the Mayan scepter was killed immediately. And die in boss. In the narration, 4 light clusters appeared to be suspended. Lu Xuantian immediately came to the boss and took the 4 light clusters away. It was actually the 3 pieces of equipment just now, but these equipments were still intact, and they were not beaten to tatters like Zhejiang. In addition to these 3, there is a new reward. Special props. Asking Stone. Features. Zunxian asked, Free God's Shelter can increase the probability of advancement of any level, 5% 10%. Lu Xuantian looked at an irregular stone in his hand, with a question written on it. Immediately, eyes lit up. This turned out to be a rare level up item. For this kind of upgrade, it is generally to upgrade to a higher level, such as diamond level, epic level, or even stronger legendary level. In the later stage, it is not possible to increase the level by experience alone, and also needs various props and fits to help oneself improve the level. This reminded Lu Xuantian of a game in his previous life, where each level had a limit. The higher the level, the more you had to break the limit to advance. As the level rises, many people will be restricted. For example, Yi Hongfei is now a diamond 9th level powerhouse, but this level has stuck him for many years. After being promoted to the 10th diamond level, it will take a long time to be promoted to the epic level powerhouse. Unless it is a special prop like this asking stone, which increases the probability of promotion. However, such good things must be best kept by oneself, and there is no need to wait for later use now. And at this moment, the geniuses not far away have complicated moods. They witness the birth of a new Tianzhao, enough to crush the existence of their peers. At this time, as the hidden boss is killed, the secret realm begins to distribute rewards for this challenge. After all, everyone has participated. If only a little reward is given out, I have to say that the secret realm is stingy. Ding! Congratulations on completing the hidden mission. Rewards are being distributed. When they heard the voice from the secret realm, everyone was overjoyed. Fortunately, they all participated, although they only killed some small monsters. Everyone quickly checked the rewards. Props. Cultivation pill. Features. Can improve self-cultivation level +1 only for any rank below the 10th rank of gold. Props. Transformation talisman. Features. Originated from ascension, reaching the realm of transformation, this object gathers the essence of heaven and earth, and is a must for promotion to the platinum level. Both pieces of equipment are all props. And each one is about improving the realm, one is below the gold level, and the other is at the platinum level. However, every small stage of platinum level promotion needs a piece of environmental protection talisman. After all, the platinum level has already surpassed the realm that humans cannot reach, and there are more restrictions, but once it breaks through, its strength will increase dramatically. And the higher the level, the more earth-shaking changes will occur in strength. Flying in the sky, moving mountains and seas, etc., will be like a routine. These two rewards can't be bought even with money. Group rewards. I'm going to be a shit. First of all, I'm not used to being a prostitute. It's finally over, we can go out. Cheers from the crowd. With the clearance of the secret realm, a transfer door also appeared. Just when everyone was about to go out, a voice suddenly came. Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian looked at the person who made the sound, Excalibur King Tianming. What's your business? Many people looked at Divine Sword King Tianming. See God. Sword King Tianming said solemnly, I want to fight with you. In a month, I will fight you. The words of Divine Sword King Tianming are like a bomb exploded in the crowd. Everyone present lost to Lu Xuantian. Only Wang Tianming pretends to fight Lu Xuantian in his heyday, but you must know that Lu Xuantian can kill the hidden boss just now without being in his heyday. Whatever, Lu Xuantian said perfunctorily, turned around and stepped into the portal. In situ, many arrogances were stunned. The Excalibur King Tianming, who was once ranked number 1, was directly ignored by Lu Xuantian. But others are eligible, even more powerful. At this time, outside the secret realm, more than 400 people finally woke up after several hours of self-isolation. Then start guessing. After all, after they came out, none of the people inside came out again. It stands to reason, all 3 bosses have been killed. It's time for them to come out. Suddenly, a display appeared at the portal of the secret realm, and the hidden boss in the secret realm of the Temple of the Sun has been killed. Congratulations to everyone for clearing the level. When this message appears, everyone was shocked. There is even a hidden boss. Even more than a dozen diamond level powerhouses were stunned, but they were already worried when they saw the secret realm pass. After all, a group of powerful Tianzhao can't beat a hidden boss, it's embarrassing to say it. Soon, with the appearance of the information, the teleportation is opened, and you can only go out but not in. It's Lu Xuantian who came out. There was an exclamation. Everyone looked at the exit of the secret realm. It was Lu Xuantian who walked out with 3 pieces of boss equipment. Just like the general Guy spins. And behind him, a group of unsightly-looking Tianzhao appeared. Like a soldier who has lost a battle. In stark contrast to Lu Xuantian. The first person to come to Lu Xuantian was Yi Hongfei. From the corner of his eye, he saw 3 pieces of equipment. These were the spoils of war that Lu Xuantian had fought inside. Teacher, luckily, this is a reward from the boss. Seeing Lu Xuantian hand the 3 pieces of equipment in front of him, the corners of Yi Hongfei's eyes twitched. I asked you to fight for 1 piece of equipment, and you directly grabbed 3 pieces of equipment back for me. Now offend everyone else. However, after all, he is his own student, so Qingzhou University will be famous throughout the summer. Even surpassing Yanjing University is not impossible. Thinking of this, Yi Hongfei showed a smug smile on his face. Okay Zhao's, okay, thank you for your hard work this time. This is not the place to talk now, let's go back first and talk about it later. Yi Hongfei said 3 good things in a row. However, I also know that there are still many diamond-level powerhouses staring here. Afterwards, all the people from Qingzhou University came to the back of the Royal Griffin, quickly flew towards the territory of Daxia and then flew back towards Qingzhou University. On the other side, those Tianzhao who came out with Lu Xuantian all returned to their respective camps. But when the elders asked what happened inside, they all shut up. They really don't know how to describe it. That is a ferocious beast that does not belong to humans, even a group of people can't beat each other. Even though they tried their best, they couldn't force Lu Xuantian out of his full strength. People are simply playing with them. From the beginning to the end, they are being clowns and being played by others. I can't pursue quantity anymore, I must pursue essence, otherwise I will still lose again. Necromancer, An and Lu Xuantian secretly swear. Not only him, many top talents secretly made up their minds. They have to become stronger. As Tianzhao, they are extremely confident in themselves and will never be discouraged by a temporary defeat. Losing to Lu Xuantian this time does not mean that he will lose to Lu Xuantian next time. Lu Fan, the Dragon Master, hugged the shrunken dragon, and also looked at Lu Xuantian, his eyes full of fighting spirit. In the future, I will never lose to anyone again. Yaodao Yugongtian stared at the royal griffin dust in the sky with wide eyes. She has been hailed as a genius for her extremely powerful talents since she was a child. No one can match the knife in her hand. In the end, she was crushed by a battle tank master without talent and couldn't get up. The strongest one is Excalibur King Tianming. At this moment, he stared at Lu Xuantian who was leaving, and muttered to himself, Lu Xuantian, in a month, we will have a real duel. And far away, Lu Xuantian had long forgotten about this matter. I don't even know. With his own power, he drove the determination of all the geniuses of the same class to practice. Chapter 51. Great Summer is only bigger than the past 3 days. Lu Xuantian lived in the college and did not go out. Go to various functional copies from time to time, as well as gold-level combat copies to fight. And in the mysterious territory of the Sun Temple, he killed several bosses. Therefore, his own level has also been raised from the 1st level of gold to the 3rd level of gold, mainly because the Sun God Envoy contributed a lot of experience. Lu Xuantian also hopes that there will be a few more bosses with such powerful attributes. He can upgrade directly. As for why he didn't go out, it was because Yi Hongfei told him to wait, saying that he had something to prepare for him. But he can also guess. That is the martial artist job change scroll. After all, although a battle tank is good, it does not have its own exclusive skills. Moreover, Lu Xuantian is more suitable for practicing martial arts, not a battle tank. After the job change, it doesn't mean that you can't be a battle tank, but that you have dual jobs, you will give full play to the characteristics of the 2 jobs, and your strength will be stronger. Actually for dual careers, Lu Xuantian didn't have to. But after the big summer competition, Yi Hongfei saw Lu Xuantian's potential, so he kept emphasizing the need to obtain a fighter's job transfer certificate for him. Inside the office of the president of Qingzhou University. The principal of Qingzhou University is a legendary figure in Qingzhou University. He has lived for 500 years now, and he is an epic powerhouse. After all, as the level increases, the attributes of one's own life will also be improved accordingly, and the lifespan will be longer. It is rumored that if you cultivate to the strongest level, immortality is not impossible. At this time, besides the principal, there was another person in the principal's office, and it was Yi Hongfei. Principal, I believe you have watched the video I sent you. Lu Xuantian is definitely a genius martial artist. Being a battle tank is a waste of talent. This time, Yi Hongfei obtained a job transfer scroll for Lu Xuantian as the president of Qingzhou University. In addition to strength, social connections are also strong. He was notified to come over in just 3 days, so there must be a job transfer scroll. Well, I've seen it. This little guy should have obtained this kind of strength when he met a special reward, but luck is also a kind of strength. The battle tank division is indeed wasted, Examen Hong said lightly. Then, he took out a sheepskin-like scroll from the drawing and threw it at Yi Hongfei. This is the job change scroll you want. Yi Hongfei took it and opened it to see that it was indeed a job transfer scroll for a martial artist. I was surprised by the strength of the headmaster. It only took 3 days to get the martial artist's job change scroll. Examen Hong continued. It's not that simple to give you the job transfer scroll. To be precise, I need him to help me with a thing in the future. Before Examen Hong finished speaking, Yi Hongfei felt as if he was going to cheat Lu Xuantian. Yi Hongfei suddenly burst into tears from the corners of his eyes, and walked up to the headmaster's job. Principal, you see that I have been teaching at Qingzhou University for so many years, you can't entrap my precious apprentice. Stop, old Yi, do you think I'm that kind of person? Examen Hong was frightened suddenly by Yi Hongfei, as if he wanted to murder his precious apprentice. Then I have a secret realm that can only be entered at the 10th level of the platinum level, but it has not been opened yet, so I need a stronger person to go. Examen Hong said angrily. And, do you think your precious land will be so weak? Kill the boss of the 10th gold level at the first level of gold. It's true. Yi Hongfei nodded. Examen Hong continued. In addition to this job transfer scroll, I will also specially approve some cultivation resources, which are enough for him to advance to the 10th level of platinum so that he can improve faster. In addition, I have 2 gifts for your apprentice. Examen Hong escaped from the space ring with 2 items, one is a mini version of the fiery red boat, and the other is a chalcedony. This boat is a tool I used before. It is called the fire cloud boat. It can fly in the sky like a cloud of fire. This chalcedony is a barrier to protect the soul, and it is the weakness of your melee professionals. Yi Hongfei's eyes lit up when he heard the effect of chalcedony. As a melee fighter, he was weak and powerful, but he encountered a mage who could control his mind. Like a lamb to be slaughtered. Generally, melee fighters try to find ways to add an extra layer of protection for themselves. The chalcedony given by Examen Hong is platinum grade, which is quite good. I wrote the principal on behalf of Lu Xuantian. This thank you is quite respectful. After all, these rewards are already very good. Old Yi, you have already reached the 9th diamond level. You still need to work harder to improve your own level, and step into the epic level as soon as possible. Yi Hongfei nodded. I know. Although each level will increase the lifespan, but when the lifespan ends, it has not been upgraded to a higher level. Then it means death. And Yi Hongfei is now very close to the epic level, but if he wants to overcome that cut, he needs to work hard on his own and also needs some opportunities. Opportunity refers to promotion props. Well, if it's okay, you can go back first. It is good. After responding, Yi Hongfei left the principal's office. Martial Arts Academy office. Teacher is a martial artist. Is the job transfer scroll seated? Lu Xuantian asked curiously. Well, this time I asked the principal to find it for me, a job transfer scroll that can be transferred to a martial artist. You can transfer to a martial artist as long as you pass the job transfer task. But, Yi Hongfei suddenly said, there are requirements for this job transfer scroll. The principal asked you to wait until the 10th level of the platinum level and go to a secret realm to help him complete a task. Yi Hongfei explained all the meaning of the principal, and not only gave the job transfer scroll, but also gave training resources worth tens of billions. But, as long as Lu Xuantian disagrees, he will return the job change scroll, absolutely not letting Lu Xuantian be wronged. But Lu Xuantian had a different idea. He was worried about not having a dungeon brush. This is delivered. Although the level is a bit higher and will have to wait later, he will definitely not refuse. It's okay, Teacher, you still don't believe me. As long as I want to clear the dungeon, no one can stop me. Lu Xuantian said indifferently. I'm relieved to hear you say that. Then I'll give you the principal's two things. A fiery red boat and a chalcedony pendant. Props. Fire cloud boat wooden. Rating. Platinum. Features. Platinum level defensive power, platinum level peak speed, can fly in the air, my attack power, the maximum number of people can be dozens of people. Defensive equipment. Ice pattern chalcedony. Rating. Platinum. Features. Chalcedony with special energy can calm the mind and protect the mind. Two extremely powerful pieces of equipment. The first one in this world is definitely a top sports car belonging to the platinum class. The second is the defensive equipment that protects the soul. Just wear it around your neck. Don't be too happy, this time you have to go to the orc dungeon to complete the task of changing jobs. There are many creatures in that world that you have never seen before. Before going, I have arranged for you a trainer. She will accompany you to practice martial arts skills, and you can go when you feel that it is almost ready. Lu Xuantian was a little puzzled when he heard the words, Teacher, will you arrange a martial arts training instructor for me? Actually, I don't need it. Before Lu Xuantian finished speaking, Yi Hongfei interrupted. I know you have martial arts skills, but they are not as good as our professional ones. I will specially arrange a senior sister for you. You should already know her. She is Ouyang Miaotong. She worked so hard last month to be directly promoted to platinum rank. This time she is your teammate who will accompany you to complete the transfer. Ah, Lu Xuantian froze for a moment. What he just wanted to say was that it might be because he surpassed senior sister Miaotong last time and left a big shadow on Miaotong's world, that's why he got promoted crazily. I have influenced others invisibly. Possible. This is youth. At this time, there was a knock on the door outside. A female voice came. Teacher. Seeing Ouyang Miaotong walk in. Ah, junior brother Lu is here too. What a coincidence, senior sister Miaotong. Lu Xuantian greeted. Looking at Ouyang Miaotong, all information about Ouyang Miaotong appeared in his left eye. Impressively a platinum-ranked powerhouse. Miaotong, since you're here, take Lu Xuantian to the training hall to practice martial arts. Yi Hongfei said. Then, Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong left the office after saying goodbye. Under the leadership of Ouyang Miaotong, the two came to the training room. Lu Xuantian, I know you have practiced some fighting skills, but for a real martial artist, your little fighting skills are not good. Now let me ask you, how much do you know about martial arts? Ouyang Miaotong asked directly. She has seen a video of Lu Xuantian fighting in the Zangetsu arena. Although very strong, but it's just some basic moves. Not even a real fighter. However, she never imagined that Lu Xuantian is no longer the strength he was a month ago. I don't understand. Although he doesn't know much about fighters, Lu Xuantian knows his own strength. However, I think my fighting skills are quite strong. After all, it took such a long time to inherit the physical skills of the blue beast. Don't talk about people of the same level. He is not afraid of leapfrog battles. As soon as this remark came out, Ouyang Miaotong became upset. Originally, because Lu Xuantian surpassed her on the gravity mountain, she felt very humiliated, so she just wanted to take the opportunity to hit him. As a result, people don't give face. Primary school brother, don't be too crazy. Senior sister, I have practiced for a long time anyway. If it wasn't for improving attributes, I wouldn't have stayed in the academy for so long. Since you think your strength is very strong, let's compare. You shoot first, don't say that senior sister bullies you. Ouyang Miaotong looked at Lu Xuantian confidently. Isn't that good? Lu Xuantian said with some embarrassment. If you are told to make a move, you should make a move, otherwise the teacher will say that I am bullying. However, before Ouyang Miaotong finished speaking, a fist appeared directly in front of her. Bang! Hit her in the stomach. In an instant, Ouyang Miaotong squatted down like a little shrimp. Senior sister Miaotong, are you alright? Lu Xuantian, you sneak up on me. Didn't you tell me to fight? Ouyang Miaotong. After a while, Ouyang Miaotong stood up again and looked at Lu Xuantian angrily. Again, I was not ready just now. You are not allowed to sneak attack this time. Okay, okay. Lu Xuantian nodded repeatedly in response. Then Lu Xuantian shouted loudly. Sister, I'm going to attack from the front this time, so be careful. I saw that Lu Xuantian waved his fist and ran at the speed of a normal person. At this speed, a normal person can catch it. Ouyang Miaotong was speechless again. Immediately afterwards, she was about to defend. But at this moment, sudden mutation, leaf hurricane. Lu Xuantian directly gave Ouyang Miaotong a combo technique of upper kick and lower kick, pure physical technique, no skills used. Bang bang twice. Ouyang Miaotong was kicked away. At this moment, she was in a daze, originally thinking that Lu Xuantian was going to throw a right punch. Lu Xuantian, who she wanted to fight with countless strategies, was looking for teeth all over the place, but this sudden attack made her completely in a state of shock. Not only did Lu Xuantian not be defeated, instead, he was hit twice. Lu Xuantian, you. Ouyang Miaotong was so angry that she couldn't speak. She was really pissed off. Sister, I didn't do it on purpose, didn't you tell me to slow down? Lu Xuantian looked innocent. HMPH, I'll attack you first this time. Ouyang gritted his teeth and said viciously. Then, disappeared in place, and quickly punched Lu Xuantian directly in the face. Call. A punch came. However, Lu Xuantian seemed to be able to predict it, and took a step back to avoid the punch. But Ouyang Miaotong was not reconciled. Thinking that Lu Xuantian was out of shit luck, he attacked again with one punch and one leg. But no matter how she fights, every time Lu Xuantian approaches, he will be dodged. Even, a punch touched the corner of Lu Xuantian's clothes, but he was dodged. Played for 5 full minutes. Ouyang Miaotong didn't know how many punches and kicks she threw, but she couldn't touch Lu Xuantian, and Lu Xuantian avoided him every time. If you do it once or twice, forget it. But Lu Xuantian avoided dozens of hundreds of times in a row, and she could tell that Lu Xuantian was teasing her. Do not fight. Ouyang Miaotong was so angry that she stopped hitting directly, and stood there breathing heavily, sweating all over her body, and even her chest heaved a little. Immediately afterwards, she ignored Lu Xuantian and walked outside. Senior Sister Miaotong, why do we need to prove the job change? Wait until I feel better. Ouyang Miaotong left without saying a word. Have to. I annoyed my senior sister. Lu Xuantian rubbed his chin. It's a good time to take advantage of these few days to clean things up, and then apologize to the senior sister. Subsequently, he contacted He Danchi. All the things obtained in the secret realm this time should be handed over to his Chamber of Commerce, no matter whether they are sold or sold directly to his Chamber of Commerce. Soon, He Danchi brought Lin Wenwen and the staff of the He Chamber of Commerce to the villa. Lu Xuantian, this time you are famous all over the world. At the first sentence of the meeting, He Danchi joked. Exaggerated, fainted. Lu Xuantian waved his hand. You should clean things up for me first. He handed over some of the rewards he got from the secret realm this time, as long as he didn't use them, to the staff of the He Chamber of Commerce. Except for the 3 gold level equipment that can be synthesized into unique equipment, the rest are here. After some inventory, it was worth $1 billion. It is basically the skill book and some props from the gold level boss, but they are not suitable for him to use, mainly the skills of mages. But, Lu Xuantian didn't buy things on the fly, anyway, he could buy them anytime. When leaving temporarily, Lin Wenwen asked suddenly, Lu Xuantian, what kind of girl do you like? Which kind of girl do you like me and Danchi? Lu Xuantian said in astonishment, Wenwen, why did you ask this? He Danchi on the side quickly covered Lin Wenwen's mouth and said, that's because your reputation has spread to the top of the Great Shah, and many geniuses don't believe it. If they want to challenge you, why don't you? There are some girls who want to come after you. Oh, I got it. Lu Xuantian suddenly realized, and immediately looked at Lin Wenwen and He Danchi with a smirk on his face, and said, don't worry, I'm not interested in ordinary women, but I'm still interested in you guys. He Danchi and Lin Wenwen were taken aback for a moment, and the next moment they said in unison, Bah, pervert, you have a good idea. You still care about yourself. I heard that someone has come to Qingzhou to challenge you, you should be a mouse tail. Inside a luxury hotel in Qingzhou City, a 3-person team, 2 men and 1 woman, are very young. Wen Jing, is the investigation clear? A burly boy in the room looked at another boy wearing glasses. Well, it has been investigated. This Lu Xuantian is really mediocre, but he has great strength. Wen Jing said while typing on the keyboard. Since the freshman competition, he has always been very strong. There is no reason at all, and even those skills are not skills that exist in Yingxia's skill library. Quote, at this time, the screen of Lu Xuantian in the Zangetsu arena is playing on the computer. This year there really are monsters, but they didn't meet us. This time, the family asked us to test this Lu Xuantian. It is very likely that Lu Xuantian is trying to win him over. The last girl said. This time they came to complete the family's handover. After all, geniuses in this world must be controlled by the major families. Generally, the major families secretly recruit all kinds of geniuses, train them, let them work for the family, and hide them forever behind their backs. However, the recruits are all geniuses with no background. Just like wild geniuses like Lu Xuantian. It is the favorite of all families. Except them. Many families also sent people to Qingzhou, wanting to recruit Xuantian. Deng Zi, Wang Jingxin, let's go, let's see how strong this guy is, so that Yanjing's number 1 S-caliber king, Tianming, dare not fight against him. Fumi closed the computer, stood up and said. Lu Xuantian stayed in the dormitory for 2 days. Use this time to buy something at Ho's Chamber of Commerce's mall. He has what he wants, and that is a more advanced space ring. The space ring is made of space stones, and it can also be exploded from the dungeon, but Lu Xuantian doesn't want to waste time on the dungeon. Just buy it in the mall, as well as some attack gems and defensive gems that are helpful for melee occupations. This kind of energy can be absorbed and transformed into itself. It costs 700 million dragon coins at once. But he is not worried. The school also specially approved tens of billions of resources for him to be used for platinum level promotion to platinum 10th level. Lu Xuantian had already guessed that the opening of the dungeon might be very fast, so the headmaster specially approved tens of billions of resources. As the level increases, more resources will be consumed, platinum level will cost tens of billions, and diamond level resources may be even more. He shook his head, thinking a little too much. Then look at your properties panel. Name, Lu Xuantian. Occupation, Battle Tank Master. Level, Gold Tier 3. Equipment, Holy Healing Arm Shield, Pyroburst Gauntlets, Ice Pattern Chalcedony. Skills, Overlord Heroic Posture, Close Body Heavy Punch. Exclusive skills, Ghost Back, Taijutsu, Conqueror's Hockey. After going through a battle in the Secret Realm, his level has reached the peak of the 3rd gold level at this moment, and he can be promoted to the 4th level of gold at any time. And every time you level up, you will get a small gift bag from the system. Make attribute points surge. Every time the level is increased, the attribute bonus will be randomly increased by 5% and 10%. This increases Lu Xuantian's attributes a lot, but mostly in strength and stamina. However, in terms of spirit, it is protected by Ice Chalcedony. There is physical blessing on speed. It's about the same in terms of attributes. Lu Xuantian's attributes have already caught up with ordinary bosses, and are even much higher than those of other geniuses. You know, the dragon of the Dragon Master Lu Fan has less than 2,000 attributes. Well, I'm almost ready now, why don't you buy a gift for senior sister to apologize? Lu Xuantian rubbed his chin in thought. After all, Ouyang Miaotong was so angry last time, if he didn't wait for the anger to subside. There is no way to change jobs by yourself. Suddenly, it occurred to him that he hadn't obtained a transformation talisman in the Temple of the Sun. It is a must for platinum level promotion. Immediately, Lu Xuantian went to find Ouyang Miaotong with the transformation talisman. And Ouyang Miaotong lives next door to Lu Xuantian. At the same time, Qingzhou University is also an unexpected visitor. A large number of men and women poured into Qingzhou University, wanting to find Lu Xuantian. Walk all the way to the villa where Lu Xuantian is. Mostly young girls of about the same age. Bang bang. Is senior sister Miaotong here? Not long after, the door opened and it was Ouyang Miaotong. Before Ouyang Miaotong could speak, Lu Xuantian spoke first. Senior sister, I'm here to apologize to you, this is the land transformation talisman I obtained last time. As he spoke, he handed over the transformation talisman in his hand. Forehead. Ouyang Miaotong, who was opening her mouth, was stunned, and looked at Lu Xuantian suspiciously. Is such a valuable item as an amulet used to apologize to herself? Senior Miaotong, please accept it. I don't need to use this talisman yet. Sister, don't you forgive me? No, since you are so sincere, I forgive you. Ouyang Miaotong hesitated and accepted the transformation talisman. And the mood is much better. When do you plan to complete the job change task? After accepting the gift, Ouyang Miaotong looked at Lu Xuantian and said, well, I can do it anytime, whenever you are free, senior sister, we will set off. Lu Xuantian smiled slightly. Then wait for 3 days, I was about to break through a small level. Hearing Ouyang Miaotong's words, Lu Xuantian said that there is no problem. Anyway, I'm not in a hurry right now, just wait a few more days. After chatting for a few words, Lu Xuantian returned to his villa. Before he stepped through the door, a voice came from behind. Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian looked back at the trio outside the villa, and asked suspiciously, who are you? Don't care who we are here to challenge you, just say do you have the guts to accept the challenge. The girl among the three was very arrogant. When Lu Xuantian heard this, he immediately became interested. Challenge me, are you ready? Lu Xuantian looked at the three of them with great interest. He could see the strength of the three of them at a glance, each of them had the strength of the 10th level of gold, and they couldn't be freshmen. Since we're here, we're ready. Okay then, let's change places and follow me. Lu Xuantian walked directly towards a copy of Qingzhou University, which is a gold-level combat copy, usually used for training or fighting. Not long after, everyone entered the secret realm. Lu Xuantian didn't make a direct attack, but asked curiously, I don't think you are here to challenge me, are you? 3 golden 10th level strengths to deal with me, a golden 3 craftsman, a berserker, a fire mage, and a hidden professional Dao scribe. When Lu Xuantian spoke, the 3 present were stunned. Can you tell our rank? Wang Jingxin looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment. They haven't reported their families yet, but the other party has reported their information. And it's very precise, I guess, Lu Xuantian said lightly. It doesn't seem to be aware of the seriousness of the matter. You fart, you can't possibly guess. The hot-tempered Wang Jingxin cursed directly. Don't be angry, Jingxin, let me do it. Standing next to Wang Jingxin, Wen Jing pushed his eyes to look at Lu Xuantian and said, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Wen Jing, from Yanjing's literary family, this is Wang Jingxin, and this is Deng Zi, both from Yanjing. After Wen Jing pointed to a man and a woman beside him, he continued. Since you can see our level, let's get straight to the point. This time, I represent Yanjing and want to win you over to join the Yang Wang family. You should know Yanjing Wang's family. Quote, at the end, Wen Jing looked at Lu Xuantian meaningfully. And the latter naturally knows that Daxia is actually in charge of several big families, and the Wang family is one of them. Lu Xuantian figured it out instantly. Yanjing must have seen his strength, so he wanted to pull him into the Wang family. It's really a good plan. It can be heard in Qingzhou. So, you are wooing me on behalf of the Wang family? Yes, this is the representative of the Wang family. Wen Jing pointed to Wang Jingxin who was beside him. Wang Jingxin continued. Lu Xuantian, would you like to join our Wang family, and I can give you any resources you want in the future. A genius like you shouldn't stay in this place. Lu Xuantian narrowed his eyes slightly. As long as you join the Wang family, our Wang family will give you tens of billions of resources first, so do you agree? Wang Jingxin looked as if he was waiting for Lu Xuantian to agree, and made a vow. After all, it can be seen from Lu Xuantian's life experience that Lu Xuantian is an extremely poor man with resources. Lu Xuantian said angrily, I thought you really came to challenge, but I didn't expect it to make me happy. 10 billion resources. Don't even want a dog. Or, are you afraid that I will defeat Wang Tianming in a month, so you want me not to appear in front of the world? Wang Jingxin got angry when he heard this. At this time, Wen Jing said, Lu Xuantian, don't be angry, we don't mean that, if you think the resources are too few, we can add more. Lu Xuantian looked at Wen Jing and the others as if he was mentally retarded. Suddenly, he said, you just said that I can't see your attributes, why? After a moment of silence, Wen Jing said, this world can see other people's attributes, so there are naturally props to prevent others. We have primary anti-peeping stones on our bodies, which can block ordinary identification techniques, so. With that said, Lu Xuantian understood. However, that should be a rare item, and it has never been sold in the Chamber of Commerce. Well, then give me one of your peep-proof stones, it's your apology today. Lu Xuantian said lightly. What? The three people on the opposite side looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment at the same time. Impossible, I can't give you the privacy stone. Is that for me to take it myself? Lu Xuantian said coldly. Then you try. Berserker Deng Zi stepped forward and summoned his own equipment. The other two also made defensive preparations. Lu Xuantian disdains this very much. For the three people in front of them, the 4 attributes of the 10th level of gold can barely reach 2,500 points, which is nearly half of his attributes. If you want to deal with them, don't you just have your hands? This is what you asked for. Lu Xuantian looked at the three of them coldly. You are the only ones worthy of recruiting me. Hiding me in the snow. The next moment, Lu Xuantian directly activated the ghost back. A raging and violent devil breath rushed towards his face. Wen Jing, Wang Jingxin, and Deng Zi also finally feel what is the aesthetics of violence. Facing the weak trio, Lu Xuantian didn't even need to activate 8 inner gates, and directly rewarded the trio with a Dabi Zuzi, making them stupefied. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian saw a black stone at the waists of the three of them. Props. Anti-peeping stone, primary. Trait. Prevents peeping from identification. Appraisal skills in the general world are normal abilities, and only advanced ones need specific props, such as Lu Xuantian's left eye, the eye of appraisal. See Lu Xuantian take away their peep stone. Lu Xuantian, if you dare to steal our things, you will offend the forces behind the three of us. Wen Jing looked at Lu Xuantian with some apprehension. At this time, all three of them had scars on their bodies, and they were all beaten by one person. What's even more shocking to them is that Lu Xuantian's ability to compete with them is not enough for Lu Xuantian alone. Hearing this, Lu Xuantian's expression changed. Since you have said so, then I will reluctantly snatch you all. Now hand over the most valuable things in your interspatial rings. Quote. Wen Jing, Wang Jingxin, and Deng Zi looked at Lu Xuantian in astonishment. Seeing that Lu Xuantian is ready to transform again, just hand over some equipment and props. Finally ran away in disgrace. For the next 3 days. There are people from different regions to challenge Lu Xuantian. There are simple challenges and successful ones. For everyone, Lu Xuantian treated everyone equally and looted all valuables. Originally clamoring to challenge Lu Xuantian, they disappeared after 3 days. It can make Lu Xuantian earn a lot of money. There are also some props that enhance attributes and some props that have other functions. Take it all for yourself. As 3 days passed, Ouyang Miaotong was promoted to the 2nd rank of Platinum. And today is the time to go to the Orc world. During this period, Lu Xuantian also used the resources allocated by the Academy to buy some experience potions and other props that can increase the level. The purpose is to complete the transfer task. The job transfer task requires the completion of a trial. The Beast World is a super large dungeon, and its internal territory is extremely vast. It doesn't need to be smaller than Blue Star's world. At the same time, the Orc world can be regarded as another world with a complete worldview, in which there are also higher civilizations, including humans and orcs. For them, Blue Star is also a super large dungeon world. After a long period of development, the two worlds can not only communicate with each other, but also do business. Like this other world, Wooloo can enter at any level, from as low as Black Iron level, as high as Legend, King level, and even God level powerhouses. However, there are other races in the Orc world, as well as some powerful alien beasts, ancient creatures, and even the legendary Beeman. Lu Xuantian looked strange. Why is this Orc world so similar to a game he played in his previous life? Could it really be that the game is reflected in reality and connected with reality? At the same time, as a super large world copy, there is not only one entrance and exit. There are other countries on this Blue Star, as powerful as the Dragon Kingdom, and their countries have also opened up different entrances and exits, allowing them to enter the world of the Orc continent at any time. Although you can meet job changers from other countries, you have to meet them. After all, the Orc world is very big. After getting ready, Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong got on the plane and flew northwest of Daxia. The passage to the Orc world is in the endless wilderness, not in the human territory. After a long flight, the two finally arrived at the border town of the endless wilderness. Afterwards, without the restriction of Daxia, Lu Xuantian took out the fire cloud boat in the space ring, and directly manipulated it into a small boat like a ferry on a river. The speed of such flying props is much faster than that of the flying props. Immediately, the two boarded the Huiyan boat across the wilderness, and flew towards the entrance and exit of the Orc Road on the map. The speed of the Huiyan boat was faster than the speed of sound and was stable. Moreover, there is a lot of space inside the Huiyan ship, and it can also store various items, because the Huiyan ship has its own space and a zoom function, so the comfort level is still acceptable. After several hours, the two finally arrived at a town, which was the transit station at the entrance of the Orcs Road. Tens of thousands of kilometers deep into the endless wilderness, the fire cloud ship docked outside a town. From the mid-air, you can see that there are a large number of soybean people in the town, as well as some orcs and some humans wearing armor and holding long swords. Before coming, Lu Xuantian already knows about this dual city. As a transfer station between humans and the orc world, humans often do business with the orc world, and it is normal for orcs and otherworld humans to appear in Shuangtong City. At the same time, it provides convenience for professionals in the Great Sha Kingdom, who can sell exotic beasts hunted from the Lu continent or in the endless wilderness. And many major companies, guilds, etc. of the Great Sha Kingdom will be stationed here. All of a sudden, this city became a town comparable to a first-tier city in a big country. I got off the boat. Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong walked into the city. They are newcomers, so of course they have to take a good look at it, but most of the architectural styles here are wild. Just take a look around. There is nothing to buy, and Lu Xuantian has no intention of wasting time. He and Ouyang Miaotong ran towards a location 1 kilometer outside the city. There is a copy of the Orc continent. When you come to the entrance of the copy, the two were shocked. This is a 3-dimensional circular passage with a diameter of 50 meters and a height of 50 meters. It is much larger than what they have seen before, and it can accommodate many people to enter at a time. As expected of a super large dungeon, even the entrance is super large. Lu Xuantian sighed. Ouyang Miaotong also said in surprise, I have never experienced this kind of super large dungeon. I have been thinking about improving attributes in the academy before. This time the teacher also asked me to experience it. Otherwise, it will take me a long time to come. Suddenly, a quiet voice came. The Orc continent is very dangerous. There are often epic and legendary powerhouses there, you have to be careful. The two looked at the words. It was actually a girl in a white dress, which gave people a feeling of being out of mud and unstained, but her appearance was ordinary and a little, 377. Lu Xuantian looked at the woman in white curiously for a moment. Suddenly, his pupils shrank sharply. I can't even see the other party's information. It can be next second. The girl's information is displayed. Name, Wen Yanran. Occupation, Mage. Level, Gold 10th level. You can't see the attribute information further down. Lu Xuantian blinked his eyes. I thought I was blinded by my own eyes. At this time, Wen Yanran said lightly, it's impolite for you to stare at others like this. Sorry. Lu Xuantian, who reacted hurriedly, apologized. Junior brother, you already have 2 girlfriends, why do you fall in love with a beautiful girl whenever you see one? Ouyang Miaotong said angrily. No, senior sister, why do I have a girlfriend, don't slander me. Lu Xuantian immediately called for injustice. Suddenly, the woman in white laughed lightly, which made people feel like a spring breeze. If I didn't see it, this beauty is also jealous, right? As soon as Wen Yanran said this, Ouyang Miaotong's face turned red instantly. I didn't. And Wen Yanran continued. Hello, my name is Wen Yanran, and I came to the Beast Race continent for training, how about you? Lu Xuantian responded. My name is Lu Xuantian, a student from Qingzhou University, and I also came to the Orc continent to practice. This is my senior sister Ouyang Miaotong. We're getting ready to go in, do you want to go with us? I like to practice alone. Wen Yanran shook her head and said. That's fine, I'll see you later. Lu Xuantian waved his hand and led Ouyang Miaotong into the passage to the Orc continent. After the two left, Wen Yanran muttered to herself, Lu Xuantian. It's really not ordinary. It's normal to be able to defeat Wen Jing, a brother who doesn't live up to expectations, but after all, he's worse than me. The next moment, Wen Yanran disappeared directly in place. The professionals passing by did not notice Wen Yanran at all, as if it never existed. After entering the copy of the Orc continent, Lu Xuantian took out the job transfer scroll. The transfer location is marked on it, and the direction of the position will be displayed on the scroll, so that the professional can find the direction better. Then the two moved towards the direction of job change. In addition to encountering some humans when entering at the beginning, I never met a human again. The Orc continent is the same as the Blue Star world. There are also countless wild areas, and there is no technology, which is quite backward. The Fire Cloud ship cannot be used in the Orc continent, because the wilderness of the Orc continent has not been developed, or like the Blue Star, the powerful aliens are expelled to the depths of the endless wilderness. Therefore, it is easy to be attacked by alien beasts, especially powerful flying creatures, such as giant dragons, griffins and other exotic beasts. Although they have never been to the Orc continent, but also made some preparations. After all, some good things have been scraped from a group of professionals who want to win over Lu Xuantian. Two of them are hidden equipment. Props. Hidden banner. Features. It can eliminate its own breath, hide itself, and cannot be invisible. Here are the props of the two assassin brothers, confiscated directly by Lu Xuantian, at least so that they will not be easily perceived by strange beasts. After a week of trekking, the two of Lu Xuantian finally came to a huge fortress. Fortunately, there was no danger during these 7 days, and no powerful strange beasts were encountered. Fortunately, the assessment location is not far away. The two of them didn't advance faster because of caution, but they also came to the castle at this moment. This is a castle built on a hill, and very large. There are a large number of buildings on several surrounding hills. There is a kind of Hogwarts school of witchcraft and wizardry, hidden in the mountains. Senior Sister Miaotong, we have arrived. The job transfer task should be in the mountains. Well, let's go in. But you still have to be careful, the breath here is not so friendly. Okay, Senior Sister, you follow behind, and I will protect you in case of danger. Lu Xuanwei said seriously. Ouyang Miaotong rolled her eyes and said, I'm here to protect you this time. If you encounter danger, you can hide behind me. Ouyang Miaotong walked towards the passage on the right inside the castle. Senior Sister, what's wrong? Not in that direction. Lu Xuantian pointed to the passage on the left. Ouyang Miaotong. The two quickly passed through the castle and stepped into the mountains behind the castle. There are buildings everywhere in the mountains behind. But now it's all deserted. From time to time, the roar of strange beasts can be heard from the mountains. After a certain distance, several people appeared in front of the two of them. He was actually from Western Europe. People from the Great Xia Kingdom. 3 professionals from Western Europe looked at Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong suspiciously. The two sides were separated by a certain distance, and they did not approach each other easily. Lu Xuantian took a look. It is also a gold-level professional. However, he didn't pay attention to the other party, but chose another path to go. After all, more than one country in Blue Star can connect to the Orc world, so it is not surprising that there are foreign professionals. Moreover, there are usually some tasks in places like this, such as the most common investigation events, what materials and props to obtain, etc. After several hours of marching, the two came to a huge stone platform. This is where the job transfer scroll is marked. Lu Xuantian stepped on the stone platform, and before he could react, the stone platform glowed with blue light. The next moment, he was still on the stone platform, but the surrounding environment changed. There are no dilapidated buildings here. Look around. There is a huge island around, but there is endless darkness around the island. At this time, a pop-up window appears in front of you. Welcome to the martial arts trial site of Anfer Castle. Fighter job transfer task. Kamikaze Valley. Fighters must have faster speed. Blood Crow Palace. Kill all blood crows of the 10th level of gold. Thunder Falling Valley. Master the reaction force and avoid Thunder Falling Valley. Lu Xuantian understood it. This is equivalent to an assessment, faster speed, stronger attack power, and more sensitive reaction force. He just wanted to say, this is for him. Then start completing the job transfer task. Swipe. Lu Xuantian has already rushed towards the interior of the island. This island is still well preserved, Unlike the outside that is destroyed, only the remains of broken arms remain. Shish. 2 arrows pierced through the sky and shot fiercely at a short figure. Idiot. Ninja hyphenation point body replacement technique. When the arrow was about to hit the person turned into a piece of wood and disappeared in place. The next moment, the other party appeared behind a big tree and threw out kunai to attack the person just now. And the sound of breaking through the air was heard again in the distance. An arrow knocked kunai away. Both sides attacked and fought back and forth throughout the whole process, but the ninja was even better, using all kinds of weird and unpredictable ninjutsu to carry out sneak attacks. Spirits. Ninjas. Not far away, a figure quietly watched the battle. After Lu Xuantian entered, he heard the sound of battle, but he didn't expect it to be an elf fighting a ninja. The elf girl Jingliang had a pair of wings on her back, as if she was an elf in the forest. And besides these fights, there are other battles taking place on this island, and the sound of battles keeps coming. Watching for a while, he found that although the elves were skilled in archery, they were no match for the sinister and cunning Sakura Flower Country ninja. He was even almost sealed off with a knife. Lu Xuantian casually picked up a stone from the ground, and directly ordered the chunin. A scream sounded in the forest. Then an arrow struck, killing the small head of the chunin. Lu Xuantian left the spot directly and rushed towards the trial site. There are still many professionals in this place. But everyone is wary of each other. After all, everyone has different missions, so there is no need to attack each other. It will be embarrassing if you can't beat the opponent. At this time, Lu Xuantian suddenly saw a familiar white figure in front of him. Wen Yanran. In front is Wen Yanran, who met at the gate of the portal. What a coincidence, are you also here to practice? Wen Yanran asked with a slight smile. Lu Xuantian said truthfully, well, I'm here to complete the job change task. You don't seem to know much about this place. Well, it's your first time here, do you know this place well? That's right, Wen Yanran said lightly, there used to be a place where martial arts were improved. There are 6 trial places in total, namely Kamikaze Valley, Blood Crow Palace, Thunder Valley, Asking Heart Road, Martial Arts Terrace, and Sky Ladder. Quote. The rewards obtained after clearing these 6 places are also different. For example, once the first 3 are cleared, the level can be directly increased by 1 level. To ask about the way of mind is to ask your heart and strengthen your heart. Martial Daotai allows you to improve your understanding of martial arts skills, climb the ladder, build your own momentum, and have the potential to reach the top of the world. Hockey. Quote. However, this is only at the gold level. Wen Yanran gave a very detailed introduction. Let Lu Xuantian know more about this place. There is generally no danger in this place, after all, it is only used to practice martial arts. He was also lucky to meet Wen Yanran. Otherwise, you're really missing out on these things. It just so happens that this place suits me. For example, the Martial Dao platform allows him to practice his skills. He decided to complete all 6 trial sites here, the more the better. Thank you, otherwise I would still be in the dark and become a drummer. What? Haha, it's okay, I'm going to complete the reincarnation mission first. After bidding farewell, Lu Xuantian first headed towards Kamikaze Valley, which is closest to him. What an interesting person. Wen Yanran watched Lu Xuantian leave calmly. Suddenly his eyes flickered and he said, what will the people of the extremely dark sect want to do? This time she received information that the extremely dark sect was doing a top secret thing, but she didn't know what it was doing, so she came to investigate. Now let's see what's different about this island. Not long, Lu Xuantian came to Kamikaze Valley. This is a valley located on the east side of the island, with transparent ends and endless howling winds. Just listening to the sound can feel powerful. It feels bigger than the Logia beast that Sakura Flower Country has been enduring these 2 days, Typhoon Nanmadu. Whirring. At this time, there are still a large number of professionals watching on the outskirts of Kamikaze Valley, most of them are foreigners and they stop outside the valley. There are also some people who broke into the Valley of the Divine Wind and wanted to go against the wind, but they were blown back after a long time. Lu Xuantian also stood outside to observe for a while. The further you go in, the stronger the wind will flow. If you want to rush over, you must need absolute concentration and speed, but after clearing the level, you will have more benefits and your agility and level will increase. For fighters, speed is also a part of combat effectiveness. Bang bang. Suddenly, two people flew upside down from Kamikaze Valley, obviously failed. And at the moment when the two flew out backwards, a figure passed them sideways, and charged straight into the Kamikaze Valley. Originally, everyone thought that the other party would fail, but the other party did not stop at all, and continued to rush forward, as if the wind resistance was useless to him. After only one stick of incense passed, the opponent directly crossed the 3-kilometer deep valley and successfully cleared the level. Who is that guy? Cleared the level on the first attempt. Oh my god, what trial is he in with that speed? Under the amazement of everyone, Lu Xuantian has successfully broken out of the Valley of Kamikaze. The panel information also pops up in front of you. Congratulations on passing the Kamikaze Valley trial. Rewards obtained. Level +1, Agility +200. Lu Xuantian's face brightened. Immediately afterwards, my own system rang. Congratulations on your upgrade, you will get a small gift bag. Wind Tiger Grass. Agility +500, Strength +500. Nice. Sure enough, the system is powerful. After passing Kamikaze Valley, Lu Xuantian moved on to the next goal. The next Budotai. This is a place where you can study skills, which can greatly improve your perception. However, when Lu Xuantian came to the martial arts stage, he heard the sound of fighting from a distance. Immediately some doubts. Martial Daotai is a place where everyone can practice, how can there be people fighting? Ha ha ha, a bunch of trash, die for me. On the martial arts stage, an evil man with pitch black wings taunted the group of people below very arrogantly, taking 1 or 2 people away with every shot. No one was his match at all. It's you again, I will fight with you people from the extremely dark cult. A Daxia professional roared loudly and rushed towards the evil man, but was beheaded by a sword. Everyone suddenly became tense, the strength of the opponent far surpassed them, even the 10th level golden powerhouse was no match for him. Extremely dark sect. Lu Xuantian, who was hiding in the distance, squinted slightly to look at the man in midair. Last time you cheated on me, this time you catch you and don't want to live. In the next moment, rushed to the evil man. Martial arts platform. Many people looked at the devil man in shock and anger, no one was his opponent. Someone had the idea of retreating. At the very edge, a boy turned his head and ran away as soon as his eyes were hard. Try to escape each other. HMPH, you still want to run in front of me? Devil locks the soul. I saw that in an instant a black chain bound the escaped professional, pulled it back hard, and slapped him to death. I see which one of you dares to escape. The man said in a cold voice, enjoying the frightened appearance of these people very much. Then his eyes locked on a big summer girl. Next is you. At this moment, there was a sudden shout of anger. Power prelude. I saw a foot kicking the man head on. Kicked straight away. At this time, other people looked at the person coming. It was Lu Xuantian who came. Hey, kid, you're dead. In midair, the demon man rushed towards Lu Xuantian angrily, his mouth full of ferocious sharp teeth, very piercing, like a real demon. But Lu Xuantian knew. The person in front of him is a hidden profession. The left eye has already given the message. Name, Sheep 5. Hidden occupation, Fallen Demon. Level, Gold 10th level. A very powerful professional, even stronger than normal professional sums. Therefore, none of the geniuses present could defeat this demon with balanced 4 attributes. But that's not a problem for Lu Xuantian. After all, his attributes are already 5,000. The most important thing is, this Yangwu is a member of the extremely dark sect, and he is a hostile force. They almost got away with it last time. This time, he wants to see one and kill one, and he will never give the extreme dark order a chance, especially this guy who wants to kill human beings. Hey, watch out bro. Let's go together, this guy is not easy to deal with. Fight with him. All around, professionals from different countries want to come forward to help. Lu Xuantian directly stopped and said, no, I can solve him myself. Arrogant ants, Yang Wu said disdainfully. Sudden. Lu Xuantian disappeared directly in place. 6th gate Jingmun open. The Lianhua of the true village. Next moment, A terrifying straight hook punched Yang Wu's face, and then more punches landed on his face. Bang bang, boom boom. One punch after another bombarded Yang Wu's body and face, and each round triggered the explosive feature, blasting Yang Wu's face covered in blood. With the support of powerful life energy, Lu Xuantian can last longer, even if the body skills are constantly losing blood. Even if it is lower than the warning line, Holy Healing Arms Shield will restore 50% of the life energy area. And under the bombardment of one, Yang Wu doesn't even have the ability to resist. Let Lu Xuantian beat him up. Suddenly, Lu Xuantian came directly to the sky above Yang Wu, and his momentum skyrocketed again. What? Yang Wu, whose eyes were blinded into slits, felt a more terrifying aura, and his complexion changed drastically. 10 weights. Closer punch. Armed color. Under the blessing of triple strength, Lu Xuantian punched Yang Wu to the ground. With a punch directly piercing the body, Yang Wu at this moment can't die anymore. Afterwards, Lu Xuantian landed steadily on the martial arts stage. People around hurriedly gathered around to thank Lu Xuantian. If it wasn't for Lu Xuantian's action, they might have died in the hands of this demon. Many people also gave Lu Xuantian some props as a thank you gift. Lu Xuantian accepted them all, and by the way, also took away the space ring of Yang Wu, the fallen demon. However, those people did not dare to stay in the martial arts terrace any longer, fearing that the people from the extremely dark cult would come for revenge, but Lu Xuantian was not afraid at all. After all, this is a place that only gold-level professionals can enter. As long as it does not exceed the gold level, he is really not afraid. Afterwards, he began to practice at the martial arts platform. Here is extra help for perception, let him understand a little more about skills. The first is the 8 inner gates. Now he has been able to open the 6th gate. There are 2 gates left, shock gate and 4th gate. That will cause huge damage to the body, at the expense of overdrawing the body's functions. But Lu Xuantian didn't worry, as long as he prepared some potions to restore his life, he would have to. He cares more about 8 inner gates final mystery. That was a terrifying blow at the cost of burning life energy. And with the improvement of his own strength, the power of 8 inner gates will also increase. In addition to 8 inner gates to comprehend, he also comprehended Conqueror's Haki. Armed color and knowledge color can be cultivated to become stronger. Lu Xuantian looks forward to the strongest armed color and knowledge color. One can arm himself to the teeth, one can sense the breath of thinking, and even predict future changes. But Conqueror's needs to improve its own momentum in order to become stronger. And now, he has the body of Taiju, Ghost Back, the skill of Teishu, 8 inner gates, the soul of Teishu, Conqueror's Haki. As long as he grows up, he will definitely suppress a peer. This is not counting the rewards received later. Immediately, Lu Xuantian closed his eyes and began to comprehend. And on the other side of the martial arts platform, a figure in white clothes appeared in the shadow, and this person was Wen Yanran. She witnessed the scene of Lu Xuantian fighting the whole time, and she was also slightly surprised in her heart. Is that kind of power that unlocks the limit of one's physical body the exclusive skill of a battle tank master? If you hurt the enemy 1000, you will lose 800. There is also the power that Wen Jing said can be blackened, which is also extraordinary. It seems that there are still ghost backs that have not been used. This person is still really interesting. It's better to test you, and take this turmoil as a trial for you. Wen Yanran seemed to be talking to someone, but also seemed to be talking to herself. Finally disappeared in place again. At the same time, 7 people are digging something on this island. Suddenly, a man with 2 black devil horns on his head in the crowd said, Yang Wu is dead. Hey, I have already said that not all human beings are weak. Do you really think that you can be invincible by absorbing the blood of demons? This is what you deserve. Okay, don't talk about a dead person. Now we have to quickly dig out the barriers of the abyss, and wait until we have a copy of the abyss world to talk about other things. Immediately, the 7 digging harder, even with their gold level strength, they have been digging for several days. Martial arts platform. Lu Xuantian sat cross-legged on the martial arts stage, as if he was in an illusory online game world. In this space, he can continue to comprehend his own abilities to a higher level, and successfully comprehend the 7th gate of the 8 inner gates. As for the 8th gate, I already have some clues, but I still need to practice more. Among them, the proficiency of armed color and knowledge color has been greatly increased. The armed color has been promoted to a high-level armed color, and its power is stronger. The color of knowledge can be regarded as an improvement in all aspects: sight, perception, and listening. This time it was a huge improvement for Lu Xuantian. Lu Xuantian opened his eyes. Then go to the next trial site. Blood Crow Palace. There are a large number of transformed blood crows inside, all of which are at the 10th level of gold. The highest requirement is to kill 100 blood crows. Every time you kill a blood crow, you will get a martial arts mark, and the more you kill, the more you will get. The customs clearance requirement is to kill 10. Lu Xuantian stepped into the portal and entered a huge cave, which extended in all directions, as if it was in the great Yamanaka. After entering, the roar of the blood crow came from the huge cave. Ga, ga. After Lu Xuantian walked a certain distance into the cave, he saw the blood crow of the 10th rank of gold. Each one was as big as a human car, and the people with blood-red binoculars trembled, constantly making screeching noises. Flap your wings and fly. Lu Xuantian walked towards the group of blood crows without fear, immediately attracting the attention of all blood crows. Ga! Immediately, a large number of blood crows flapped their wings and attacked Lu Xuantian. Although these blood crows are 10th level gold, they are all ordinary creatures. The single attribute is not high. Not even 2,000 attributes. Lu Xuantian only turned on the ghost back, and with the blessing of the armed color, he easily killed a blood crow. His kill efficiency is still quite high. After a while, several of them were killed. Following Blood Raven's corpse king, a fist-shaped imprint appeared on the back of his hand and disappeared. After 5 hours passed, Lu Xuantian finally killed 100 golden 10th rank blood crows. However, because it is energy illusion, all without gaining experience. After coming out of Blood Raven Palace, the panel appeared. Congratulations on passing the Blood Raven Palace trial. Reward: level +1, strength +200. Congratulations on your upgrade, you will get a small gift bag. Earth Spirit Pill, strength +500, stamina +500. Lu Xuantian's attributes increased again. 2 of them have been completed, and there is only 1 job transfer task left. Immediately, Lu Xuantian quickly rushed to the other side. After a while, then he came to another place, Thunder Valley. Thunder Valley training is the reaction force of martial arts. You must stay in Thunder Valley for an hour to pass the level. Boom, crack, crack, shish. Lu Xuantian swallowed. In the sky above the valley in front, thick dark clouds rolled continuously, lightning and electric arcs fell continuously, and the ground was split into pitch black. However, Lu Xuantian directly entered Thunder Falling Valley without hesitation. There was the sound of the timer starting. When time begins. The thunderclouds above Luolei Valley surged more violently. If the thunderclouds just now were crazy kittens, then the current thunderclouds are crazy lions. Crack! A sound of thunder fell, directly splitting the earth into a big hole, which was completely different from the previous tiers. Didn't you say there is an upgraded version of Thunderfall Valley? While Lu Xuantian was speaking, he took a step forward and easily avoided the thunder. Every time he can avoid the thunder in advance, as if he can predict it. Let the thunderstorms come densely. Still can't touch him. After all, with his powerful knowledge perception, he can predict the trajectory of the thunder from listening and smelling, and he wants to avoid it in a simple and difficult way. Pass. If someone is outside again, you will find that the secret realm of Luolei in Luolei Valley is so invisible to the naked eye, but there is a figure walking freely in it. Below the island, after a day of excavation, the 7 people finally revealed the dazzling and splendid curtain of stars below. This is the space barrier that separates the 2 worlds. Only by breaking the space barrier can they be connected with each other. The next step is to break the barriers of space and let the world accept the baptism of light. Afterwards, the man with devil horns on his head took out a heavenly witch star core from the space ring and put it on the light curtain. I saw that the light curtain melted in an instant, and at the same time, a large amount of black smoke began to be released from the gap, and a dark breath of the devil came to the face. The bigger the space barrier melts, the faster the black mist spreads. There are even creepy sounds coming from the black hole. Okay, let's withdraw. After seeing that the task was completed, the 7 quickly retreated and fled to the outside world. Changes over time. The evil black mist is constantly eroding the island, and many buildings have been demonized. Roar. With a roar, spread across the island. All the professionals who were participating in the trial heard the roar of the strange beast. And they also found that the black mist began to spread towards the island. What happened? Why is there so much black fog? You ask me, who should I ask? This is dark power, it seems to be the breath of Mo Yuan. Look, there are monsters over there. At this moment, everyone looked at the strange tentacles stretching out in the black mist, and a large number of monsters still came out, each of them was very anxious. Immediately, everyone was shocked by the monster. They seemed to have really encountered a strange beast from the demon abyss. You must know that Muyuan is forbidden to touch, whether it is Blue Star or Orc Dalu. Those are no normal carbon-based creatures. Now in everyone's mind. Just one thought. That is escape. This news must be reported to Blue Star, and the abyssal demon must not be allowed to appear on Blue Star. In an instant, innocent professionals used their scrolls to leave this place. As time goes on, the professionals on the island have basically retreated, and the black mist has eroded half of the island. At this moment, in Thunder Valley, Lu Xuantian calmly avoided the thunder that fell from the sky, and the time passed by every minute, when a strange spiritual energy suddenly invaded his brain. Make him move slower. At this moment, the ice-patterned chalcedony hanging around his neck gave off a hint of coolness, which woke Lu Xuantian up, and hurriedly took a step forward to avoid the thunder. At this time, he also noticed that the surrounding black mist continued to gather around the periphery of Thunder Falling Valley. Because of Lei Kei's evil spirit, the black mist did not swallow Thunder Falling Valley in one go. Is this the power of evil? It seems that something has happened here. Lu Xuantian analyzed slightly in his heart. Fortunately, an hour has passed. He has cleared 3 job-changing tasks and is now a dual professional. And he can teleport out at any time now. I didn't resist this black mist, so I didn't send it out first. Lu Xuantian is not ignorant, even Thunderbolt is no match for him, he can only go up to give away the head, it is better to drive here first. Suddenly, a huge mouth appeared in the black mist, bigger than Thunder Valley. Bite fiercely towards Thunder Valley. But in the next moment, Lu Xuantian has turned into a flash of light and disappeared in place and left here. In a whirlwind, Lu Xuantian left the place of martial arts trial. When he came outside, then I saw a strange black mist emanating from the entire mountain range, which continuously gushed out from the trial ground, devouring the surrounding mountain buildings. And there was a fight not far away. It seems that many people are fleeing towards the outside. Lu Xuantian just took a glance and didn't pay attention. Instead, he looked around, but he didn't find Ouyang Miaotong, and his heart sank. Just when countless thoughts flashed through Lu Xuantian's mind, a low voice came. Junior brother, hide quickly. It turned out that Ouyang Miaotong was hiding behind a nearby stone, and it would have been hard to find if she hadn't made a sound. Sister, what happened here? The dungeon of Muyuan was opened, a large number of Muyuan creatures appeared here, and people from the extremely dark religious order blocked this mountain range, and now it is impossible to leave here with a short distance teleportation access. Ouyang Miaotong told all the things she observed. It was actually the ghost of the extremely dark sect. Now as time goes by, the monsters in the demon abyss will gradually enter the beast world, and this mountain range is the first to bear the brunt. But in order not to be discovered by others, the extremely dark order set up a super large formation, trying to cover everything in the mountain range. An extremely dark sect again. Lu Xuantian's heart sank. No wonder he was able to meet people from the extremely dark sect at the martial arts trial site. It turned out to be doing something. Senior sister, our first priority now is to leave this place first. He took out a short distance teleportation scroll from the space ring and tried to teleport it directly, but there was no response after tearing it open. Suddenly, there was a howling sound, and it turned out that a low-level demon had run out of the demon abyss and rushed towards Lu Xuantian. A big bloody mouth is enough to swallow an elephant. Lu Xuantian could see all the other parties' information at a glance. Alien Beast. Blood Fang Beast. Level. Gold level 7. Abilities. Touch of Weakness, Meteor Strike. This is a powerful monster from the abyss, and its attribute value is stronger than that of ordinary monsters. These alien beasts broke through to the outside world so quickly. Lu Xuantian was also surprised when he saw the demonic beasts. I am afraid that more alien beasts will appear in a short time. When the alien beast comes, he punched directly, and the powerful beast lay struggling on the ground. Lu Xuantian quickly stepped forward to kill the strange beast, gaining a lot of experience points. Senior sister, let's get out of here quickly. Afterwards, he took Yang Miaotong and rushed towards the direction he came from. He couldn't stay here for long. In the direction they were heading, there was a group of professionals retreating. Suddenly, a figure stopped everyone. It was a man with devil horns and wings, exuding a terrifying aura. There is no doubt that this is also a powerful demon. You are doomed to die. Without the order of Lord He Wuxian, you will not be able to leave here. Wait for the arrival of the demon army, Wall said coldly. At this time, he no longer considered himself a human being. After fusing the blood essence of the devil, the body has gradually turned into that of a demon. I have informed my mother that we elves will not let you succeed. A female elf in green, not afraid of Waldo at all. HMPH, even if the elves come, it's useless. We've made full preparations for this operation. All hand-to-hand communication methods can't be used, and the teleportation scroll won't work either. The female elf didn't speak anymore, because what she used was not an ordinary means of communication, but perception through blood. Call out. At this moment, the arrows of 1 and 3 pierced through the air from outside the formation, pierced through the formation, and shot the arrows directly into the mountain range. Extremely dark sect, stop your actions immediately, you have seriously violated the norms of the orc world. An extremely pleasant voice came. It's the elf queen who came. The female elf burst into ecstasy. As long as the elf queen came, they would be saved. Immediately afterwards, several arrows attacked, breaking the formation that hid the mountains. Looking at the outside world, a large army of elves appeared. The leader is a very young female elf. She is the queen of the elves. At this time, a man in a black robe appeared in front of the elf army. The passage of Demon Abyss has already started, and you cannot be destroyed. Since you dare to come, then stay here. Seeing that the black-robed man was very arrogant, the elf queen said coldly, He Wuxian, your extremely dark sect has been wreaking havoc in the orc continent, so stay here this time. The elf queen didn't talk nonsense. She directly raised her hand and shot an arrow. The speed of the arrow feather surpassed several times the speed of sound, and the arrow carried boundless mighty power, trying to kill the opponent. He Wuxian dodged directly, but the mountains behind were pierced by an arrow and exploded directly. The battle is imminent. Under the control of He Wuxian, the strange beasts in the Muyuan world rushed towards the army of elves crazily. And He Wuxian also rushed towards the elf queen. The battle between two epic powerhouses can be described as devastating. The ground was cracked, and in the corner of the mountain, Lu Xuantian and Yang Miaotong hid aside and did not participate in the battle. Sure enough, they are members of the extremely dark sect, and they are led by an epic powerhouse. Senior sister, let's leave here now, it's not safe anymore. Although Lu Xuantian thinks he is powerful, he is not an opponent of epic-level powerhouses. Immediately decided to leave. Immediately, the two walked towards the outside of the mountains. After all, with their gold-level strength, it is not a problem for them to climb mountains and mountains. But at this moment, a battle took place in front of them. It seemed to be a demon with horns on its head. It was chasing and killing a group of human professionals, as well as many aborigines from the orc continent. Among them, one is the elf I met last time. Shish. Immediately, Lu Xuantian and Yang Miaotong hid in an abandoned house. Lu Xuantian looked at the man with Zhou eyebrows. Platinum. That demonic man is already a powerful platinum rank powerhouse. Both level and attributes are stronger than that female elf, and it will be a matter of time before they are caught up. Junior brother, if we didn't help, Yang Miaotong asked in a low voice. Although she can't see the man's level, she can also feel the strength. In case it brings them a fatal disaster. When Lu Xuantian was considering whether to save them, a sword chi slashed towards the house they were in. The breath of Yangwu, the man flying in midair, looked at the ruined house suspiciously. I saw two figures sprang out from inside. It was Lu Xuantian and Yang Miaotong. Humanity, you guys killed Yangwu. War looked at Lu Xuantian coldly. Suddenly, he narrowed his eyes and said, Lu Xuantian, the genius of Qingzhou University. It turned out to be you. No wonder I was able to kill that fool Yongwu. I was really lucky, I thought I wouldn't have a chance to fight you. Lu Xuantian looked warily at the man with horns and wings. People from the extremely dark sect. The longer one is more disgusting than the other. However, facing Lu Xuantian's ridicule, War was not angry at all. You don't understand that when you have great power, you don't care so much about your appearance, and I don't think I'm ugly, but more attractive. Lu Xuantian looks mentally handicapped. You are quite proud. Lu Xuantian, are you willing to join the extremely dark sect? You can also master more powerful power, far surpassing you now. War said again. Lu Xuantian said with contempt on his face, I'm not interested. You trade your appearance for strength. Do you think you are a Chinese garden dog? HMPH, I know you are the #1 freshman in Daxia, but that's just Daxia, you are not the #1 in the whole world. Only the great lord of the demon abyss can give you great power. Now I will give you one last chance, join the extremely dark sect or I will conquer you. Wall said as if giving alms. Lu Xuantian frowned, and said lightly, what if I say no? Lu Xuantian saw his message the first time he saw War. Platinum level 1 strength. 4 attributes have just reached 4,000. Among the same class, the strength is extremely powerful. Even Wang Tianming can't reach it. Enough to be proud of the audience. But unfortunately, it was Lu Xuantian who met. Lu Xuantian, if you stay in a place like Daxia, you will always be a frog at the bottom of a well. Next, I will show you what it means to be truly powerful. As soon as the words fell, Wall swooped towards Lu Xuantian. However, the latter smiled slightly at the corner of his mouth. After all, the other party has no secrets at all in his eyes, and his attributes and skills are clearly presented in front of him. And War didn't even know Lu Xuantian's attributes. Senior, stand back, let me teach this guy a lesson. Lu Xuantian directly entered the transformation state, his ghostly back was exposed, his fists were condensed with high-level armed colors, and his attack and defense were very powerful. In addition, it was originally stronger than Wall's attributes. No matter how Wall attacked, he couldn't defeat him. And on the other side, the female elf looked at Lu Xuantian in shock. Especially the terrifying ghost back. He was able to suppress Wall. This is the second time the other party has saved me, right? The female elf whispered. Although the other party saved her indirectly, he did save her. At this time, a team of elves rushed towards this side. Each elf held a longbow and carried a spear. It was a team with strong fighting power. Ariel, when the elf team approached, they found the female elf who was watching the battle. Ariel was overjoyed when he heard the words, Uncle Angus, I'm here. Uncle Angus help that human being. Ariel pointed to Lu Xuantian who was fighting. The elf immediately shot an arrow, and the arrow instantly hit War's head, killing him on the spot. Lu Xuantian turned his head to look at the elf. He was actually a diamond-level first-order powerhouse, no wonder he was able to kill War. After shooting a sword, Angus looked at Ali and said, Ali, let's go back, this place has been invaded by Mayuan creatures. During the conversation, surrounding them are constantly appearing demon beasts. Most of them are low-level beasts, easily shot and killed by the accompanying elves. But Ariel did not directly agree, but looked at Lu Xuantian and said, Humans, come with us, we can help you. Let's get out of here. It is good. Lu Xuantian agreed after a little thought. As more and more alien beasts appeared over time, it would be better to follow the elves, at least they would be safe and secure. Immediately afterwards, Lu Xuantian and Yang Miaotong followed the elf team forward. It has to be said that it is fast to lead the team directly with a diamond-level powerhouse. Basically, all the alien beasts blocking the way were killed by the strong elf. Not long, they returned to the elf army. And under the pressure of thousands of arrow feathers from the army of elves, all the strange beasts at the exit of this demon abyss were killed, leaving only Hei Wuxian. HMPH, elves, just wait, Miyuan will definitely rule all the worlds, and you have no way to stop it. Hei Wuxian saw that all his subordinates were dead. Just put down a few words and left directly. Both are epic-level powerhouses, and others can't stop them if they want to. The elf queen was not happy when she saw the other party leaving, but worried. Then, he ordered loudly, leave a small group of people to stay here, and the rest will go back. Soon, An elf squad was stationed here, and all the other elves left. Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong, who were in the elf army, had no choice but to leave together at all. After a while, the two of Lu Xuantian came to the territory of the elves, which is a vast mountain range. There are emerald green trees everywhere. A fresh breath greeted us. It seems to be able to feel the breath of life. Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong also saw real elves for the first time. Their architecture is markedly different from that of humans. Most live in trees. The big trees here are very thick and full of elves. Jungle version of tall buildings. Under the arrangement of the elves. Lu Xuantian and Lu Xuantian temporarily live in a tree hole of the elves, which can also be called a house, which is full of pure natural decorations. Originally, I wanted to contact Yi Hongfei. But because the mobile phone can't connect to the human world in the orc world, naturally it can't connect. After resting for half a day, an elf takes Lu Xuantian to meet the elf queen. A huge palace made entirely of wood, located on the largest tree in the elves. Meet the elven queen, Lu Xuantian said politely. Well, human beings, thank you for saving my daughter. She is my youngest daughter, Wang Lijiao. She is a bit naughty and likes to run out to play. What do you think of this Miyuan world? The elf queen suddenly changed the subject. After a moment of contemplation, Lu Xuantian shook his head and said, I don't know much about Miyuan, so I'm afraid I can't give any extra ideas, but this is not good for the human world and the beast world. You're right, because of the intervention of the extremely dark sect, the human race world and the Miyuan world wants to connect, and except for the human race, super large worlds like ours are forced to be connected by Kuyuan. Furthermore, with the emergence of the demon abyss, beast tides continue to erupt everywhere. Also, beast hordes have been breaking out on your human border for several days now. Most of them are in small areas, and occasionally powerful beast hordes will break out. Lu Xuantian was shocked when he heard this. When they left, they hadn't been attacked by the beast tide. It's only been a few days. At the same time, outside the 100-meter-high city wall on the border of the Great Sha Kingdom, countless shouts of killing sounded. The atmosphere is chilling. Countless professionals are in the wilderness, desperately fighting against the huge hordes of beasts outside. Under everyone's defense, only then can the beast tide be defeated and dispersed. On top of the city wall, a large number of generals defending the city looked solemnly at the retreating beast tide. Is this the second wave of beasts? These animal hordes are a little abnormal, constantly hitting our border. It's not just ours. As long as the Blue Star countries border the endless wilderness, they will be attacked by the beast tide. Ask for reinforcements from Great Sha again. I have a feeling that the beast tide will not end so quickly, and they will definitely make a comeback, tons. Ever since the beast horde was discovered for the first time, Biancheng asked Daxia Nei for help. It is a sign that professionals above the silver level across the country will go to the border to resist the beast tide. After all, once the border is breached, it will cause great harm to Daxia, and it will not only be the professionals who will suffer, but also the major city guilds. With the sound of the conscription horn, Great Sha national mobilization. A large number of professionals rushed to the front line to resist the beast tide, strangling the beast tide out of high strength. Elven territory. Lu Xuantian was shocked by the news of the elf queen. However, thinking that there are so many geniuses and powerhouses in human beings, they will not fall so quickly, at most it will be troublesome. But it's better to go back sooner. If it wasn't for the elf queen to take action this time, they might be in danger. Thank you, queen, for telling me this news. Daxia is in trouble, I will go back to help. Lu Xuantian said, neither humble nor overbearing. Well, the world of the orcs borders the world of humans, and the elves also have good relations with Da Sha. If you want to go back, I can send someone to send you out. Before that, I have a gift for you, which is your thank you for saving my daughter. I saw that the elf queen waved her hand, and a branch protruded from the trunk beside it. A green leaf-wrapped thing opened out from the top of the branch, and when it was opened, it was a piece of emerald green wood. This is the wood heart of our elves. It contains a majestic power of life. It can recover the damage you have suffered. As you fight, your physique will increase by at least 2,000 points. Lu Xuantian took a deep breath, and quickly checked the attributes of wood heart. It was indeed as the elf queen said. Rare props. Heart of wood. Features. contains life energy, can continuously repair its own injuries, and can strengthen flesh and blood endurance plus 2000 as it fights. Equivalent to a recovery prop. This is quite a good skill for him, because after opening the 8th gate, the life in the body will continue to be lost, making him unable to fight continuously. And with this, no worries. Thank you, Elf Queen. You're welcome. If you pay, you will be rewarded. If you decide to go back, I will send someone to take you to the entrance safely. After communicating with the Elf Queen, Lu Xuantian returned to the tree hole just now. Tell Ouyang Miaotong everything that is happening in the human world. Now it can only be said that the border is very dangerous, many Daxia professionals are gathered at the border, and it is not so easy to break through. I didn't expect that when we came out, there would be a wave of beasts. Junior brother, why don't we go back, so that the master won't be worried? Ouyang Miaotong wanted to go back a little bit. After all, she doesn't go in and out of the dungeon often, especially this time when she encounters the terrifying monster from the abyss of magic. The only way to feel safer is to return to human territory. Well, I also have plans. Lu Xuantian nodded. Finally, after a night's rest in the elf territory, Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong, led by a diamond-level expert, headed towards the entrance of the Dragon Kingdom. Led by a diamond-level powerhouse. It's much faster than when it came. They sat behind a huge flying beast, and after half a day, they came to the passage between humans and the beast continent. I sent you here, the diamond-level powerhouse of the elves said lightly. Well, thank you. Then we can go back by ourselves. After hearing Lu Xuantian's words, the elf diamond-level powerhouse left. After watching the strong elves leave, Lu Xuantian looked at Ouyang Tong. Senior sister Miaotong, let's go. On both sides of the connecting channel between the orcs and the human races, there is a city, which is regarded as a commercial transaction. After entering this town, Lu Xuantian also saw many humans, and what they discussed most was the riots in the endless wilderness. Countless alien beasts formed a beast tide and were attacking Daxia's defense line. Even riots broke out on the human borders of the Blue Star countries, and many small countries suffered serious blows. Finally, Lu Xuantian connected to the network built by Daxia in Orc, and got a general understanding of the current situation. The animal tide did not know why it was formed. But now the Great Sha border is resisting. However, Shuangtong City, which is tens of thousands of miles deep, is less affected because of its remote location and is not on the route of the beast horde. However, there are also a large number of alien beasts attacking. But there are a lot of strong people in the double city. Most of them practiced in the endless wilderness, because the beast tide came to Shuangtong City. The city return scrolls in the city have also been looted long ago. Now, I want to go back to Daxia. There is only one way. That is to go back through the beast tide. Therefore, there are a large number of professionals staying in Shuangtong City, or coming to the city of the beast world, and can only wait for Daxia to clear up the beast tide. After knowing what happened, Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong returned to Blue Star through the teleportation channel. It was exactly as the information said. There are a large number of alien beasts outside Shuangtong City, but most of them have been killed. The transmission channel was only 1 kilometer away from Shuangtong City, and the two arrived in the city soon. Just connected to the network signal built by Blue Star. A large number of missed calls and text messages appeared on the phones of the two of them, most of which were from Yi Hongfei, who kept asking if they had anything to do. After all, both of them are his apprentices, and they are the ones with better talents. Even Yi Hongfei is coming to find them. Immediately, Lu Xuantian called Yi Hongfei to report that he was safe. It's good that you're fine. On the other end of the phone, Yi Hongfei let out a sigh of relief and was completely relieved. You are staying in Shuangtong City now. The beast horde that has appeared this time is a bit weird. You will come back when you are safe. Understood, I see. Lu Xuantian responded. After hanging up the phone, Lu Xuantian also thought about it and decided that he couldn't be idle either. Take advantage of this time. Hunt down some alien beasts. Strive to burst some environmental charms. Level up yourself. In this operation, they understand their own shortcomings. All security comes from its own strength. Ouyang Miaotong also agreed with this idea. She is now Platinum Tier 2. Strength is still weak. After resting for a while, the two walked towards the outside of the city. Lu Xuantian is now at the 6th level of gold. It is only one step away from the 7th level of gold. At the place of trial, if he passes 3 levels, he will get a reward for leveling up by 1 level. Crazy upgrade to 3 levels in a row. In addition, the level increase will get some attribute bonuses. Then glance at your own attributes. Name: Lu Xuantian. Occupation: Battle Tank Master, Fighter. Level: Gold Tier 6. Equipment: Ice Pattern Chalcedony. Battle Tank Master exclusive skills: Ghost Back, Physical skills, Conqueror's Hockey. Exclusive skills for fighters: Good hand-to-hand combat. From childhood to adulthood, you pay attention to unarmed combat. Unarmed damage plus 10% can be improved. Afterimage: Fast as lightning, fast as thunder, will leave an afterimage in place. Speed plus 10%. Next hit damage plus 5 can be improved. Skills: Hutch, Close Punch, 10 heavy strength. Special props: Heart of Wood. Now among the 4 attributes, only the strength attribute should lead. But only endurance can catch up. The Heart of Wood has been integrated into the heart, as long as the physique will increase with the battle. But, in the future, after the Heart of Wood is integrated into the body, the endurance will increase dramatically. This kind of prop Lu Xuantian just wants to say the more the better. But this kind of thing. There are not many elves, and they are generally rarely given to outsiders. Lu Xuantian can only be called lucky. But, what concerned Lu Xuantian the most was that 2 exclusive skills for fighters. Just don't be too strong. For a hand-to-hand fighter, as long as the damage caused by bare hands is directly increased by 10%. Increased damage for nothing, although it's a little low now, but you can upgrade it, so don't worry. As long as you upgrade it in the future, a normal punch will multiply the attack power. The second talent is also very suitable for fighters. While moving fast, leave an afterimage in place to lure the enemy. Moreover, the speed and attack power have been increased again. Let Lu Xuantian's strength increase again. However, he still felt a little regretful that he didn't have the skills to fight in such a large area. Perhaps this is the weakness of the melee class. Not long after, the two came to the mountains several kilometers away. There are a lot of alien beasts here. Most of them are gold level to platinum level beasts. The battle begins soon. Under the strong strength of Lu Xuantian and Ouyang Miaotong, they easily killed the strange beast. Gain a lot of experience. Different from the gold rank, the platinum rank needs to use a transformation status lottery every time it is promoted. The strength and physique of the platinum level have far surpassed that of human beings. Not even a bullet can damage a platinum rank, unless it's a shell. But as the level increases, even human heat weapons can't hurt powerful professionals. After hunting for a while, Lu Xuantian suddenly said, "Senior sister, our hunting speed is too slow. Why don't we separate and hunt different beasts separately?" "Yes, Sia." Immediately, Lu Xuantian quickly left the mountain range and ran to the right. Under great force, no gold level beast is Lu Xuantian's one-punch opponent. One punch to kill straight away. And Lu Xuantian's level is also increasing rapidly. He was already close to the 7th level of gold. After 3 hours of hunting, he finally got enough experience. Congratulations on your upgrade, you will get a small gift bag. Hui Yuan Pill. Strength plus 500, Stamina plus 500. At this time, none of the 10th level golden beasts was Lu Xuantian's opponent, so they could already be easily taken down. Even platinum level first order beasts are no match for him. But this is not enough. He needs more beasts, need more experience. Lu Xuantian continued to go deep into the mountains, killing all the strange beasts he encountered. Just one day, he didn't know how many strange beasts he killed, and his level was raised to the 8th level of gold. All attributes have been increased. In the end, Lu Xuantian set his hunting target on the platinum level beast. Even if he is now at the 8th level of gold. But the attribute has already surpassed the platinum level beast by at least 3 times. It is still very easy to hunt. Ambient transformation talisman. Sure enough, platinum level monsters can explode platinum level promotion items, but the explosion rate is a bit low. Lu Xuantian looked at the transformation talisman in his hand. He killed less than 50 of them to get 1 transformation talisman, and at the same time the level has also been raised to the 9th level of gold. Still, something is better than nothing. By the way, I seem to have a cultivation pill that can be upgraded by 1 level. That was obtained in the Temple of the Sun. Items that can be upgraded to a gold level. However, Lu Xuantian didn't plan to use the cultivation pill now, and waited until the 10th level of gold to use it, which happened to be promoted to the first level of platinum. Think all here. Lu Xuantian's has more feet. Next, continue hunting. He looked at the strange beasts far beyond the wilderness, and those strange beasts shuddered suddenly. And in a few days, he walked most of the mountains and rivers, after all, with his steps. 100 meters per second is not a problem. You know, professionals have long been out of normal human physical fitness. Leaf Great Whirlwind. During the Setsuna period, under this technique, a large number of low-strength beasts were directly kicked to death. Many strange beasts were beheaded by Lu Xuantian. Suddenly, a piece of equipment exploded when killing a praying mantis beast. Shuangfang Stick. Platinum level. Level requirements. Platinum Tier 1. Features. It is a strange equipment, flexible and changeable, critical strike rate plus 20%. Go alone. Lu Xuantian did not expect that a piece of equipment that increased the critical strike rate would be released. It just so happens that the explosive glove in his hand has long been out of date. And, in Guy's gymnastics, there is a powerful skill that requires nunchakus to activate. Just because he is a battle tank division, he can use any equipment. I know nunchuk, he. A little embarrassing. Lu Xuantian directly found a strange beast to try out the new equipment. Boom. The first hit was lucky, and a critical hit appeared directly. Blast the head of the alien beast. Lu Xuantian seemed to have found a fun toy, and charged into the group of ferocious beasts again. Although there are only 20% critical strikes, it will occasionally explode. Deals huge damage to alien beasts. Especially the martial artist's exclusive skills directly increased Lu Xuantian's killing speed a lot. After a period of hunting, Lu Xuantian harvested a double front stick again, along with other equipment items. All income to the space ring. With the fight, he once again harvested an amulet of transformation. And his level has also been raised to the 10th gold level, and he is only 1 level away from being promoted to the platinum level. However, he still has a cultivation pill. As long as he swallows it, he can be promoted to a level, and thus promoted to platinum level. In an instant, a majestic energy poured into him, raising his level to the first level of platinum. Immediately, the panel information appeared in front of my eyes. Ding! Congratulations on your upgrade to platinum level, and you will get a level gift package. Open. Congratulations on getting the fighting technique Dragon. Fighting technique Melong. You have obtained the Melong inheritance from the 2nd generation from the heavens and all worlds to master all the fighting skills he possesses. Congratulations, you have successfully entered the platinum level, surpassing the blue star life level, stepping into the starry sky. Just around the corner, the system is upgraded to version 3.0. System version 3.0. The God of Physical Arts system will issue exclusive talents for high-end martial arts. Every time the host upgrades to a small stage, the small gift bag will get attribute props, skills, talents, equipment rewards, and the probability will increase. When the God of Physique system pops up the panel, Lu Xuantian looked at the information on the panel. Confused on the spot. This time I have drawn a powerful exclusive skill again. And, it's still the fighting skill I thought of. Octopus. It was a powerful fighting skill cultivated in the harsh environment where 8 hearts could not survive at all. The gravity of these 8 planets is different, and the harsh environment is different. It is necessary to sharpen not only the spirit but also the body, and finally create such a powerful ability. And, this is Mi Xiaolong's 2nd generation, the inheritance of Mi Xiaolong. Lu Xuantian remembers him very deeply. Myron's 2nd generation also created its own exclusive Myron fighting technique. This duel is no weaker skill than 8 inner gates. In the original book, Myron's 2nd generation only used the 2 forms of Bahidian to defeat the powerful Uro, although the rest was not shown. Aftox. He has completely mastered Bahidian. Lu Xuantian looked at the bottom of the panel. His own physical god system. Updated again. Version 3.0. Lu Xuantian's eyes flashed with excitement. The first version is Ghost Back. Still in the human realm. The second version is 8 Inner Gates, Conqueror's Hockey, Bahidian. It's beyond human. The third version of high-end martial arts. It won't be bad if you think about it. You can only really know what it is when you raise your level to the 10th level of platinum. Maybe completely beyond the realm of human beings. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.